Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've got 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Call him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome on in Clocky, Draconified, Lacey, Kiro, John, Streckard, Shiny Cornholio. Good to see you all. Oh my gosh, Ghost Bunny just giving me a heart attack to start off the stream. Welcome on in. Today is day 2 of the Professor Oaks Challenge. If you are not familiar with what we're doing, basically, we have to catch and fully evolve, where possible, every Pokemon before we move on to the next gym leader. So, for example, before we take on Brock, we're going to have a Venusaur, we're going to have a Pidgeot, we're going to have a Primeape, we're going to have a Fearow, yada, yada, yada. So, we've gotten 13 out of the 21 possible Pokemon so far. I just realized I haven't opened up my little guide here yet. I got to have that open. Although I think we're going to spend a lot of today in Viridian Forest. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's listen to this beautiful starting music first, though, while I get prepared. How was everybody's Saturday? Who took, who participated in Kalos Tour? How did you all do? Let me know. Which starter is my favorite? I'm in category 4 right now, John Struckert. I haven't decided yet. Razzie, good morning. You have a Fearow named DJ Drill? That's a good name. What's up, Johto Jerry? Good to see you. Let's do a little recap on where we're at. We're 1 minute away from 4 hours in. We have 13 Pokemon registered out of a possible 21. Some of you noticed had a terrible time. You went through all your stuff recently, so you didn't follow the same person. Possibly got their phone simjacked. Oh, yikes, Kiro. Yeah, be careful. Be safe. I hope that doesn't happen to you. So let's take a look at what we have going on right now. Just to remind everybody or catch you up if you weren't here yesterday, we have a fully evolved Beedrill named Hefty for some reason. Thank you, Matthew. We have a Spearow that we're holding on to for a trade. We're going to need that for a trade later. We have our Charmander and our Squirtle at level 10, which is as high as we can get them until they stop obeying me. They're going to sit here until we beat Misty, then we can get them up to level 30. And we have a Pickles Pikachu named Pickles, just waiting on a Thunderstone. For the party, we have Bugsy, the level 7 Metapod. We have Peter, the level 11 Pidgey. Sour Punch, the level 5 Mankey. John, the level 8 Spearow. Kyle, the level 9 Bulbasaur. And T.I., the level 7 Rattata. So we'll be working a lot today on getting these guys leveled up. I want to start off by getting that Butterfree. We can put that away and not have to worry about it. Maybe we'll even bring something else like, I don't know, Pikachu in for funsies. Then I want to go through all the trainers in Viridian Forest, use those to level up Pidgey and Spearow as much as possible. And then I think we're going to focus a lot on Mankey once we get to that point, too. Spear's got a good name, right, John? It certainly does. Oh my gosh, Draconified, thank you so much for the sub. Bring us up to 2388. Got two hundos, Carbink and Eevee. Very nice. I got two shinies. I wasn't even really trying because, you know, I spent half of Kalos Tour yesterday here streaming with all y'all, and I didn't buy the ticket. But I did manage to get a shiny something hat Pikachu. And I don't even think it was part of the tour, but last night around like 8 o'clock in my backyard, there is a shiny Cubone, which is pretty neat. Also, thanks to Gina, I got myself an Yveltal and a Xerneas that I can transfer into home to register there. And yeah, today the only main thing I want is Gina's supposed to be inviting me to a Mega Heracross raid. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. What's up, Slowpoke? Also, I did, oh, dude, poison, Ghost Bunny, I haven't gotten poisoned that often, but I have poisoned many times with my Weedle, Kakuna Beedrill, a lot more than I expected. Yeah, so it does seem like poison has, I don't think it does have a higher chance, but it feels like it. No Calisor for you, but your Saturday was productive. Got all the way through the tunnel after fighting Misty before you went to bed. About to fight Surge. Seemed all between 23 and 26. Nice. Very cool. I also did make a short yesterday. We had a lot of people in chat asking how I had all three starters in this game. So I did make a short. You know me. I'm the type of guy that I make a short and the short is over 3 minutes. But it will explain to you how you can get all three starters in one game file, as long as you have access to two consoles in both games. And actually, it doesn't even need to be both games. Like, both games could have Leaf Green on it. It doesn't really matter. As long as, in that case, it can be the same game as long as they're not on the same Nintendo account. Lettuce the Ivysaur, DJ Drill the Fearow, Rockroll the Geodude, and Wukong the Mankey. I love it. And then you're going to give Vaporeon and Ninetales. That's a pretty good team. I also, like, it was kind of like, you know, two birds, one stone. I made that video last night, and by making that video last night, I now have all three starters on my Fire Red copy. So I will be playing Fire Red offline. I'm not going to be Pokemon challenging that, but I'm going to be mirroring the progress on this game, so when we get to areas like where there's version exclusives, we can go ahead and transfer the Fire Red version exclusive over. We'll also do that like with Eevee. We'll need a second Eevee. Actually, we don't need a second Eevee because eventually we can breed, but like the other fossil, things like that. Permission to say one thing? Yeah, depending on what it is, as long as it's appropriate, sure. Hunting Bulbasaur, nice. I hope you get it quickly, Slowpoke. This is going to be a long battle, but that's okay. Bless the Lord, you're finally out of Mountain Moon. Zubat were getting really annoying with their Astonishes, because it seems like they always flinch. Dang. So yeah, I hope you guys like Viridian forest music, because we'll probably be listening to this for quite a while. Debating doing a starter hunt, you saw that you could get the tickets, so you're powering through to hunt Deoxys. Yeah, so I've decided that I'm not, for this playthrough, for this Pokemon challenge, I'm not really going to be shiny hunting. Now, there is a shiny clause in that if we do find a shiny, because we're gonna be doing a ton of grinding. It's in a way, it's I'm almost shiny hunting. If we do find a shiny, that shiny will replace whomever I have on my team. So like, if in the process of leveling up this Metapod we find a shiny Caterpie, then we get rid of the Metapod, we bring on the shiny Caterpie, and then I got to get the shiny Caterpie up to a Butterfree. But other than that, not really shiny hunting during the playthrough. I will be shiny hunting the legendaries and Deoxys. What's up, Clocky? Good to see you. I don't know why I'm even bothering fighting this Weedle. It's not going to give me a lot of experience, and I'm poisoned. But I think it's got shed skin. Yep, okay. So not a worry. I also watched Legally Blonde last night, and that Warren was kind of a jerk, right? Am I right, ladies? There we go. 22 experience. 514 subs, hit the milestone on 126.26. Nice! Good job, Draconified. Decided to grab Fire Red going for Squirtle this morning. Nice, Clocky. Good luck on that. And Natasha, Quack, what's going on, buddy? Oh, that's awesome, Draconified. I think... Let me just double check. I'm not positive. Yep, I am subscribed. I thought so. About to hit 201 nuggets on the bridge, then you're going to progress. That's like over $100,000, Razzie. Can I borrow some money? Jerry with the 15 months of membership, another month of good times indeed. Thank you so much, Jerry. Let's get some hype in the chat. Hey, thank you to whoever just subscribed. I appreciate you. It's me, Cousin Hefty. What? All right, let's get some Metapod on Metapod action going here. Oh yeah, hey, it's me, Cousin Hefty. Can I borrow some money? I don't know why that took me so long to get. Ooh. Invited to a Mega Dragonite raid. I'm not going to be able to do it. Sorry if you just invited me. I'm not going to be able to do it. Chem Nation, thank you for the 38 months of membership. Holy potatoes. That's a long time. Turbo Controller's been so nice with leveling up Pokemon. I didn't even think about that. We should get Fire Red, but you don't have the online? Or you don't have internet? Or, wait, what is that? Oh, money. You don't have money. I gotcha. Yeah, I talked about this at length yesterday. Personally, I think that they're definitely overpriced. But the fact that they do include the event tickets, they did confirm home support, and since it's for the channel, I feel like it was a decent investment, but I'm not thrilled about the price. I think $19.99 is too much. Is Chris Pratt going to play me in the eventual Hefty cinematic movie? Sure. But like Parks and Rec Chris Pratt, not Jurassic World Chris Pratt. Shift the oak on the right a bit. It's cut off. No worries. I wasn't sure if that would be or not. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it when people tell me things like that, because I know that even though this screen is built for mobile, depending on the type of phone, type of case, etc. you have, things can get cut off. Is anything else cut off? It shouldn't be. If anything, you should have less of the black bars on the sides of the screen. 1 whole year. Kiro, thank you so much. Price could have been a lot worse. It's the best supposed version of Kanto. They easily could have milked it. I think they probably did a lot of market research and realized that $19.99 was like the perfect price of what the market would bear. Which, I mean, as an economist, I cannot blame them for that decision whatsoever. But I think they probably did their research and realized once it goes past $20, then we're going to start losing some money. Sorry, Razzie, what did I miss? You think it's just over the money cap? What is the money cap? $99.99? It's been so... I can't... It's been so long since I played Fire Red Leaf Green to begin with, let alone had a lot of money in this game. Or no, yeah, 99,999. Is that it? Or what? How much money can you have in this? After that one. I do not see it. Crap. I don't see that message, Razzie. 999,999. Well then you need more. Wait, 201 by 5,000. 200 times 5,000. Yeah, duh. I'm an idiot. It's Sunday morning. Yeah, that's a million, not 100,000. I'm a dum-dum. You love the weekend soft reset. It is nice. It is nice. It's also nice to see that, you know, this whole time it has been possible to soft reset on the Switch. They just chose not to. What's up, Lobo Gaming? You absolute legend. Yeah, 30 Canadian is pretty gross, Kim. I will agree with that. Friends on Pocket, check for Wonder Picks for the worst God Pack you'll ever see. Okay. We're going to open up another 10-pack of cards later today as well, by the way. Let me see if I see it. I never see all of my friends. Nope. The only friends I have in Wonder Picks right now are Brick Wallkeeper, Polly, and I Bust Nuts. Those are the only 3 friends that are showing up in my Wonder Picks. So frustrated, but so funny at the same time. Makes the game more challenging. Like, you know, it's been forever since you played, but don't hate me this hard, right? Just sit down and stream for free. I mean, I just read someone's name. I mean, you can't hold it against me for reading someone's name. Fonzie, what's really crazy is if you go back and re-listen to that, maybe I was only talking about 2 friends. Maybe it was like, you know, a compound sentence. What's up, Scrollbo? Happy Sunday. You've done worse for free. I've seen you do worse for free. I can think they love pistachios. I agree. I agree. They collect nutcrackers. They have an obsession with collecting pristine nutcrackers from the early 19th century. All right, Bugsy's level 8. Only 2 more levels until our next evolution, which is pretty exciting. Same RNG issues as Emerald? They do not. In fact, that's why you'll see a lot of people hunting for Deoxys on Emerald and then say, forget this, I'm hunting it on Fire Red or Leaf Green. Because then you don't have to do the puzzle every time. We're only 11 subs away from 2,400, which is pretty wild. Pretty crazy. I wonder if we're going to hit it today. Exactly, Clocky. Exactly. Yeah, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you don't have to do the puzzle. In Emerald, you do. Have you ever had difficulty locating your pants only to discover that you were already wearing them? Every single day, Kim. Every day. It's a terrible thing. Thank you to whoever just subbed. I appreciate you. Little sister's obsessed with nutcrackers. She has old ones, new ones, classic style, a gnome, and more. That's pretty neat. I saw a great meme on... who sent it to me, actually? Someone sent me a meme from Reddit. Which makes me think it was someone I know who is always on Reddit. I don't think so. Was it my other friend? No, I can't remember who it was. But anyway, basically said all these subreddits of collections are just like proof of like I don't know, something about mental illness. But anyway, I like collecting things. Pancakes, what's going on? We are currently doing a Professor Oak challenge, which means I have to catch and fully evolve as far as possible. Shut up, Shinies. Were you the one that sent it to me? I couldn't find it. Fully evolve every Pokemon before I take on the next gym leader. So, like, I'm gonna have a Venusaur and a Pidgeot before I take on Brock. Training Magikarp takes so long, but you finally evolved. Nice, good job, Kiro. Just remember, you want to, you don't want to give it water moves. You want to give it physical moves to make it, beastly. I do have to get the Black Market Magikarp, that's correct. Razzie, I'm still muscle memorizing hitting the R button for save. I'm still doing that. It's been over a day. But good morning, Shinies. How you doing? Might have to give him a Surf though. Oh yeah, I mean, Surf definitely belongs on a Gyarados, but I mean, for battle-wise, make sure that it's got some physical attacks. Just into the way this game works with stats is weird. You have to deal with an Adamant, Ivysaur, and a Modest Spearow. That's crazy. Yeah, for a lot of people, this is going to be their first experience dealing with the physical special split, where it was determined if a move was physical or special based off of what type of move it was. So, like, all the starters, fire, water, grass, and then, like, electric, dark, dragon, are all special moves. I believe ice is special, psychic is special, and then moves that are like normal, flying, bug, fighting, rock, ground, ghost for some reason, are all physical moves. Alakazam is your biggest powerhouse. Special attack, up nature, nice. Are you gonna knock out Bugsy? Don't knock out Bugsy. Okay, good. That was so weak. Best thing to happen to Pokemon unless you're Sceptile, right? Down goes the Pikachu. That's gonna be decent. 35, that's decent. We gotta go heal again, though. Can't believe we're only 10 subs away from 2,400. That's wild. That's crazy bananas. While we're in here, is there anything... People that know the game better than I do, is there anything, like, in the houses, anything worth getting while we're here in Viridian City, since we're going to be going back and forth, like, non-stop? How do you get a Professor Oak challenge? Stubborn Crow, that's a great question. If you put in the chat !Oak, it'll explain how you yourself can do a Professor Oak challenge. I am kind of customizing this a little bit. Typically, Professor Oak challenge is based off of one game and one game only. So, like, you just get everything you can in your game. Since I'm also kind of doing this to get a living dex, I am revising it to include both Fire Red and Leaf Green, since I do have 2 switches in both games and I'm able to trade things to myself. But basically, every Pokemon that can be found before a gym must be caught and evolved as far as possible before taking on the gym leader. Thank you so much, Draconified. So, like, for example, before I take on Brock, we're going to have Beedrill, Butterfree, Fearow, Primeape, Venusaur, Pidgeot. So it's going to take a while. It's going to be a very front-loaded challenge. Psychic was broken in the original Gen 1 before Dark was introduced. It really was. It really was. I mean, I remember playing Red and Blue, and basically as soon as I had my Alakazam, just blasting through the rest of the game. Just absolutely blasting. But there's some good, if you are interested in doing a Professor Oak challenge, there are some good guides online on how to do it. I got a nice walkthrough for this that I'll actually put in the Discord. I'll put that in the Discord. I think we get a mythical Pokemon from home for completing this text. It's possible. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying I think we will. I think it's possible. And if it is possible, and if it does happen, my assumption would be it would be Mew. Which makes me think that if they do that, and this is why I think it is possible, because anything that the Pokemon Company does nowadays is a slap in the face of their fans. So that's why I think it would be Mew if you get a national living home registered Dex in Fire Red Leaf Green. I'm going to put this in general. So anybody else wants to attempt this? I just put it in the general tab on the Discord. You got a truck! Remember the little people once I get big? I'm already big, Lacey. I'm actually trying to get smaller, but I'll never forget you. That's why I got my stationary bike out in the living room. But yeah, I'll never forget you. Gen 10 supposedly having difficulty toggles. What are they going to have, like a easy mode? They're gonna add in a mode to make the game easier. Easy mode, normal mode, hard mode, and Depeche mode. Nice. I like that one. That's some nice gentle humor there, Shinies. I like it. Yes, we will check under the truck at the SSN. You abused the Nugget Bridge using the level 3 Jigglypuff. I can't believe that it's been this long, and I just found out about this Nugget Bridge trick on Friday. Feel the silence? We're getting so close to level 9 on Bugsy. You have 20 nuggets. Nice. How was the Sun Nuzlocke? We did 3 attempts, and then we got really close to ZA, and I stopped. I have to admit it. I hate to admit it. No, don't, dang it. Well, we lost the experience for that one. I hate to admit it, because I absolutely love Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but it was so demoralizing losing a run and then having to go through the entire opening tutorial cutscene section again. If I do a Nuzlocke again in the future, which I would imagine I probably will at some point, I probably would pick a different game. You were only losing 48 Pokédollars for battle? Nice. But we got to, I think the furthest we got was, I think on one attempt we got past the water totem. Or maybe not. Maybe the water totem is what killed us. Like, we couldn't get past that. The Jupiter. You know, they say girls on Jupiter, they like Jupiter. Yeah, poor Spearow. At least we have part of that Nuzlocke memorialized in emote form. It's possible the window's too tall. You can't like on mobile for some reason. The window's too tall. I don't think so. You don't like me? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dan. I hope you can find someone that you do like. Favorite Pokemon that is more obscure. It's a good question. I'll have to think about that one. Can't stand my poll. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can find a poll that you do like. I did get a lot of flying types in Nuzlocke, yeah. Yeah, we were overloaded on flying types. Going to spam payday on Meowth and rob all the gym leaders of their life savings. Kira's out here stealing money left and right. This will bring us to level 9 for certain. I'm not going to talk cocky to you. I'm sorry to hear that, Dan. Maybe you can find someone else that won't talk cocky to you. Policy keeps popping up even though you answered. Everyone does it. Nothing to go crazy about it. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why it would be popping up over and over again. It should, like, usually when I answer polls, as soon as I click on answer, it goes away. But if not, yeah, just hit the 3 dots next to the poll. Use your turbo controller to ace, man. These battles so much better. We'll see how my mental health is doing by the next stream. All these people telling you what to do or are going to shut up. Oh my gosh, Dan, I hope you can find some people that won't tell you what to do. I feel really sorry for you, Dan. I'm sorry that everyone's being so mean to you. Also, Bawana Beast eats killer tofu. Love the name. And welcome in. Hope you're doing well. No, Slowpoke, don't talk to him. He doesn't like that. Hops through the flowers, meeping, love it. Popcorn Pokemon that starts at corn, that'd be pretty neat. Okay, you can yell at me and make fun of me all you want, but you can't yell at the other people in the chat. That's where I draw the line. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I hope it gets better. Gonna go to Home Depot real quick. Yeah? Get yourself a hammer. I think we're gonna have a Butterfree here in the next 10 minutes or so. Dan, you should find someone that likes that. I bet you'd have a much better life if you found someone that likes it when you do that. There's people out there that will do that. There's websites for it. But take care. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the 100 for the 10 jewels. Appreciate you. Dark type is special. Dark type is special, and Ghost is physical. I don't know why. I remember those two because they are so against what I would assume. But yeah, Dark is special and Ghost is physical. Brout is best boy. Happy birthday, Hefty. Good job. Happy birthday, Jess. Hope you're doing well. Caterpie is actually a good-looking Pokemon considering the 1000+. Caterpie is it's a good design. It is a classic design. All evolutions are special types. Yes. That's another way to remember that I didn't know about until Razzie mentioned it yesterday. But yes, if Eevee evolves into a type, that type is special. What's crazy is it even continues after... Wait, when... Was it Gen 4? It was Gen 4. It was Gen 4 when moves became physical or special, right? Caterpie more like Cutie Pie? Exactly. Why Bite was weaker than Tackle? Yeah, that would be why. Yeah, Gen 4. So even the Gen 4 evolutions, Glaceon and Leafeon, would technically be special type, even though it doesn't even matter in Gen 4. By the time they're introduced, it doesn't even matter, but they were still special type. And based off of that, I'm going to make a educated assumption and say that if there was fairy type in this game, it would also be special. You I like. Bawanabeast, Beast, you I like as well. Thank you, Bawanabeast. Beast. I appreciate that. Honestly, love all three of the starters. Great designs all around. Pombon's your fave. You like floofy things. That's best for you. Have you going long again today? So weird phrasing. Probably so. Probably going more than 3 hours. I don't know what my goal is going to be for today's stream yet, but yesterday the 3 hours flew by, and I definitely did not want to end. Even though I got like none of the stuff done yesterday that I wanted to. That was more about me being lazy than the hour. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. It's always nice to hear that from a lady. Hoping to keep Bite for the Psychic Gym, but you'll find another way. Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? Like, Kira, have you tried it out on a Psychic type? Because even though Tackle is stronger than Bite now, would the super effectiveness of the Bite make it stronger than Tackle? Favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is this little guy right here, Poliwhirl. He's also right here. Poliwhirl. What's your favorite Pokemon? You're exhausted, thanks anyway. Anytime. Bawanabeast, I am interested in watching people play Pokopia. I have a lot of friends that are going to be playing it, either on their own or on their streams or both, and I'm excited to watch them play it. I don't think I'm going to pick it up, at least not yet, because I think it looks like a great game for that game style, that game type. That's not a type of gameplay style that I typically enjoy. So I'm not going to pick it up yet. But I am interested in watching other people play it. What about you? Yeah, Poliwhirl's on the walls. Hit Blue's Kadabra and didn't even hit half, and that's not as strong as the Tackle. Is the Tackle doing more damage than that on Blue's Kadabra? If so, yeah. I guess that's going to be kind of stinky. Although, doesn't Alakazam have like garbage for special defense? Isn't Alakazam a glass canyon? A glass canyon. Isn't it a glass cannon? What is Alakazam's special defense? No, actually, it's got decent special defense. It's got terrible defense, but decent special defense. Yeah, you might be best just using a physical move on it anyway. Tackle O-Coat? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Shiny Honedge, congratulations, Slowpoke. What's my starter favorite currently? I don't have one. If you're talking about Gen 10, I don't have one yet. For me, the reveal of the 3 starters, the designs were a little underwhelming. None of them really jumped out at me. But that's okay. I think there's been quite a few generations where that's happened. And I have like probably over a year to let them change my mind. I would guess probably if I had to pick one today, I might go Pombon. And I don't know how much that is based on the fact that there's a lot of times where I choose the fire starter to begin with. I chose Litten, I chose Scorbunny, I chose Cyndaquil, I I chose No, I didn't choose Torchic first, although Torchic is my favorite. Gen 5, I think I chose Tepig as my first. 6, yeah, I chose Fennekin. Yeah, more often than not, I pick the fire starter, so that might just be my default. Gecko looked like a little pet shop. The design, okay, so like last generation in Gen 9, I'm not saying that Fuecoco looked bad. By no means. I think Fuecoco is adorable. But Fuecoco's didn't look like a Pokemon to me. It looked like something I'd seen in a Mario game. So it took a long time for me to identify Fuecoco as a Pokemon. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with Gen 10, is it's going to take a while for them to feel like Pokemon. Nightbot, thank you for the reminder. Coco Crux, what's going on? Good to see you. Where are we at? I'm not even paying attention. I'm just like on autopilot now. Bugsy has half health. What's the experience looking like? 66. Ooh, might be like 3 or 4 more battles. Chicory was your first non-fire starter and one of your favorites. I'm not used to seeing new Pokemon after this long, right? Never used a Weeping Bell on your team before, but you're going to try it out. That's cool. That's something I always try and do whenever I do a new playthrough. Like, even if I'm just like playing through the game to get to the end, to get the shiny charm so I can shiny hunt again. I always try and use Pokemon on my team that I haven't used before. And there have been some really cool ones by doing that. Like, I remember this one blew my mind. Like, honestly, when I did my playthrough of Crystal so I could hunt for the Celebi, I tried my best. I really wanted the odd egg to hatch into a Tyrogue. And I reset that egg probably a dozen times, maybe more. And you know how long those eggs take to hatch. And never got the Tyrogue. And I finally just gave up and I settled on a shiny Smoochum. And I put Smoochum on the team and it ended up becoming Jinx. That Jinx was the MVP of my team in Crystal. I'd never used a Jinx before, and I was like, holy smokes, this is actually working out really good for me. So yeah, I always try and use new Pokemon. It's a lot of fun. But Wannabes, you'll be lurking. Enjoy the lurks. We love the lurkers here. And thank you to anyone that may be out there lurking right now. Never use Gyarados either because you're too lazy to train Magikarp. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier in the newer games, right? Just catch a Magikarp, feed it a couple of candies, and boom, it's level 20. But back in the day, you had to work for that Gyarados. Smoky hot dog. I agree. Your little sister has tradition of choosing a fire starter and username Smoking some way. Wonder how she'll do that with fire breathing Pomeranian. Yeah, Smoky hot dog would definitely be it. Username Joshy for your brother. Obedience. No. So if you're talking about Pokemon that you caught, you're fine. This is a huge a common misconception. If you caught them, they will always listen to you. If you receive them in a trade, then there are obedience levels, and that will matter. So, for example, if, like I was saying in the short that I put out last night about getting all 3 starters in one game, if you have traded in, like, let's say, a Charmander, it will listen to you up to level 10, and then it'll stop listening until you beat Misty and get the second badge. Then it'll listen to you up to level 30 until you beat Erica. Then it'll listen to you up to level 50 until you beat Sabrina. And then it'll listen to you up to level 7? No. I forget how it works. Every 2 badges, it goes up like another 20 levels. Maybe, I can't remember. But, yeah. You hope Pombon stays on all 4s? Speaking of awesome things, we got ourselves a Butterfree. Talk to the guy that describes each badge. Forget some badges boost certain stats. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think they do that in the newer games, but back in the day, you'd actually get like a perma boost based off of the badges that you have. Which is pretty crazy. All right, Bugsy Learn Confusion. That's a cute sprite, actually. It's been a long time since I've seen the Gen 3 Butterfree sprite. That is pretty dang cute. Okay, let's see. I think we're gonna train Sour Punch on the Rattatas right outside of Pallet Town or Pewter City. So let's start focusing on John. If you're going for the Safari Pokemon, good luck. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Thankfully, Scyther and Pinsir I can get in the game corner. But yeah, like Tauros, Chansey. Actually, I don't know. I'm thinking about Gen 1. I don't know for certain what Pokemon in Fire Red Leaf Green are only available in the Safari Zone. Your family used to have a Pomeranian. If you don't like Gekwa's final evolution, you might go for Pombon. Nice. Fire Dogwood, the fairy type. That would be really cool. That would be our first fire fairy. One of the last remaining type combos that we need. Chansey, Tauros, yeah, those are gonna stink. Kangaskhan, okay, so, and none of those three are available on the Sevi Isles. Well, it doesn't matter if they're available on Sevi Isles. I need to get them as soon as they're available. Back-to-back shinies on Go. Nice, Clocky. What'd you get? To answer your poll, you're not feeling any of these stars. Thinking these are your final Evos first. Tempest King, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. None of them have jumped out at me yet. So I need more information. I need some more time. But this generation was not a generation where as soon as I saw them, I said, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Not to say that that won't change, but as of right now, it hasn't happened. All right. Time to do some trainer battles. Let's get these birds leveled up. Ralts and Chespin, nice. Scyther is available in the game corner, as is Pinsir, depending on which game you have. And I think... Hold on. Where is the game corner? That's in Celadon, right? Is Celadon reachable before Fuchsia? Can I access the game corner before I can access the Safari Zone? Which do I gain access to first? Dang it! Of course John's poisoned. Yes. So, okay, yeah. So I reach so I can get to Celadon game corner before before I can get to Safari Sun. Then we're good. Then we're good. If Safari Sun was available first, then I would have to get them from Safari Zone. See what I'm saying? You hate the flashes at TM. Yeah, the good news is you only really need flash for Rock Tunnel, and when I say need, I do that in air quotes. You could totally just pull up a map. I don't even think I have an antidote. Alright, John's level 9. When did your Spearow evolve? Alright, we gotta get John to level 20. You're not teaching Flash. It's absolutely useless after Rock Tunnel. Yeah, just use a map. I mean, heck, if you played a lot of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Shiny Hunt and that, you probably have most of the map memorized anyway. You might miss out on a few items, but other than that. Inside the Hefty 517, there's another Hefty 517 inside. That's right. That's right. You have to do Celadon first, either go down Cycling Road or go past Snorlax to get Fuchsia. Okay, then we're good. That will be a long weekend of gambling. I hope you guys are looking forward to the gambling streams. And Spear's going to pass out any second. There we go. John fainted. Sorry, John. I'm your favorite casino streamer. Thank you so much. In a way, John, it's like you have your own emote now. Spearow evolves into Fearow at level 20. Mankey evolves into Primeape, I believe, at level 28. Let me check that. Yeah, level 28. 28. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everyone up to level 10, right? 10 is going to be our next goal. Once everyone's at 10, then we're going to run through and we're going to rotate all of them. You know, every time someone levels up, we switch who's getting the experience. John's always the one that pushes for poison, right? Using a Nidoking. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I think I might want to have Nidoking on my team, like, as, like, almost like a permanent member. After seeing all the cool stuff that comes down with Nidoking in Gen 1, I would really like that. You want to use Dodrio? Never use it, but it's neat. Dodrio always, I don't know, like, I don't want to say I don't like Dodrio, but it kind of scares me. Like, Dodrio always looks so angry. Like, mean. When you get to Doduo, you're going to replace Pidgeot since you never use that, and he somehow learns Fly. Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't even have, like, wings. Not even arms, but it can fly. Are there any items over here? I feel like there are. Poison's not really good this gen. I mean, that's true. It isn't. But, I mean, ground's pretty decent. Get yourself an Earthquake. Plus, Nidoking can learn so many different TMs. Helicopter heads, right? That's hilarious. You two are saying the same thing. I think the trees look like Buzzwole. I'm surprised no one's complained about the graphics of the trees in this game. Wish you could evolve your Graveler. You and no one else has the other game. Yeah, that's the sneaky part. I'm really disappointed in that. That's my biggest complaint, my biggest disappointment with the Fire Red Leaf Green. Is I really think they missed an opportunity by adding online compatibility. I feel so bad for all the people that will not be able to get any of the trade evolutions. And will only ever be able to get one starter. I know about the insect named after Pheromosa. I did hear about that, yeah. Trees actually look nice on the big screen. They do. I'm teasing. I think the trees look fine in this game. I think the trees look fine in every game. But after this battle, Jerry, let me take a look again. I've never thought about that. I don't know if I've played this game since Buzzwole was a thing. 7.8, too much grass? Nice. Did y'all see that post the IGN put out about wind and waves? I thought that was pretty funny. Alright, John's level 10. So now let's switch over to Kyle. Let's get Kyle up to level 10 real quick. How close is he? Oops. What's up, Sir Ralph? 91? Okay, that's not bad. We can get Kyle up to level 10 real quick. In this gen, I think so. I know you certainly could in Gen 1. I think you can in this gen. Nido family is more versatile than normal types in Gen 1. If you trade them in Gen 2, think King and Queen can be taught Flamethrower as well. That's pretty wild. So someone wanted Gengar, it's not possible to get it. Lazy Clank, unfortunately, without being able to trade with someone locally, meaning basically you're in the same room with them, unfortunately, yeah, not going to be able to get Gengar. Again, I think it was a huge miss by Game Freak. I don't know what they were thinking. Thank you for the new like goal, Sir Ralph, and thank you all for the likes. Yeah, you can only do local trades in this game, which means old school. You have to have two people in a room together playing the game, and they can trade, but you cannot trade online. And some people will say, well, that's fine. That's how it used to be. And yes, that's true, but in the past 22 years, the gaming community has changed so much. Most gaming is done online. And it was different when you needed to have two people that had a $100 to $150 handheld console, and each one of them needed to have a brand new game that had just come out. Now, 22 years later, you need two people that have between like a $400 to $500 console, and would have spent $20 on a 22-year-old ROM in order to do the same thing. I don't think it's apples to apples. Where's the jester hat you put on that short? I don't know what you're talking about, Mewtwo. I don't know to what you're referring. But yeah, if you do have two Switches like I do, anything within the Switch family, Switch, Switch Lite, Switch OLED, Switch 2, if you have two consoles and you have a game on each of those, you can trade with each other. Unfortunately, that's the only way to get the entire Pokédex. Might keep teleport till you get fly. That's not a bad shout, actually. I can't wait to get the freaking running shoes. And the Versus Seeker. What's the next level that Bulbasaur learns a move? It's kind of wild that Bulbasaur learns Leech Seed as its first grass move. Okay, it learns... Oh, Vine Whip at level 10, perfect. Lacey, thank you, you just answered. They get access to Fire Blast, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Seismic Toss, Submission, Earthquake, Dig, Rock Slide, Surf, Body Slam, Fissure, Horn Drill, their own movesets plus more. Holy potatoes. Yeah, that is a lot of different moves that the Nidos can learn. Yeah, then we get Poison Powder, Sleep Powder, then Razor Leaf at 20. I don't think we're going to get Poison Powder or Sleep Powder. With a challenge like this, you really want to focus on having attacking moves. That gives you more PP to use before you have to go back to the Pokemon Center, and that's going to be especially useful in places like caves and stuff like that. So I don't think with this playthrough we're going to focus a lot on status or stat affecting moves. Oh my gosh, that's so close. One more battle. Any tips for team building? I'm not much of like a meta battling team building type of person, but whenever I do playthrough, I try and have as much type coverage as possible. So, like, for each Pokemon, I would try and have a stab move, 2 stab moves if it's a dual type, a coverage move, and some sort of status or stat move, whether it's increasing my attack, whether it's paralyzing the opponent, etc. That way, if you have a team of 6, you could hypothetically have you could have a move of every type. That's my very, very basic kindergartner team building advice. Past that, I'm not too good. Use Machamp in your playthrough. That's an option. Yeah, we'll have to evolve Dratini all the way into Dragonite. That's probably going to be the roughest. Thankfully, by then, I believe we'll have the Versus Seeker. But yeah, we'll have to get Dratini all the way to level 65, right? Is it 60 or 65? 55. Oh, thank God. Only 55. Here we go. Kyle's level 10 and learn Vine Whip. There we go. Yeah, 55. Subscribe to FD for more team building tips. Slowpoke, you're a jerk. Alright, let's get Sour Punch up. Now, let's get, I think Sour Punch is going to need that trainer experience. Let's get TI up first. It's good not to double up on types. Exactly. Yeah, try and get as much coverage as possible. Slowpoke, and you know who was winning Worlds this year? Get out of here. Any shiny hunting strategy this game? Nope. Nope. So, if you want to shiny hunt this game, which I do invite everyone to do for the experience, there's good news and bad news. The good news is there are no complicated shiny hunting methods you have to learn. The bad news is there are no shiny hunting methods. It's just encounter, check, run away, rinse, repeat. And the odds are 1 in 8192. So your two methods, if you want to call it that, are encounter and run away, or soft resets for static Pokemon. The odds are 1 in 8192. There's not even Masuda in this game. Masuda didn't... I'm sorry, Masuda. Masuda did not even become a thing until Gen 4. I apologize for mispronouncing Junichi Masuda's name. Alright, TI is about to get level 8. Do I have all 4 Deoxys? I have 1 Deoxys. If you're talking about shiny, I have 1 Deoxys. It will be nice to get another 2. Actually, I'll probably do a 3rd. Because I'm going to... I mean, I think at this point, it would be silly for me not to try and get all 4. If they do drop Emerald, which I assume they probably will at some point, I'll hunt that one as well. Then I'll have 4. The only bad thing is in Fire Red and Leaf Green, guys, if you've been around the channel for a while, you're going to know how much this is going to hurt me to say this. But in Fire Red Leaf Green, there's no Premier Balls. Premier Balls were only in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald in Gen 3. There were none in Fire Red and Leaf Green. So, that stinks. When I did hunt Deoxys, I painstakingly had to do trades between my Emerald copy and my Fire Red copy. And each Pokemon I traded had a Premier Ball held by it. So I ended up, I think, quitting after like 20 because it was miserable. But thankfully, 20 Premier Balls were enough to get that Deoxys. Actually, 1 Premier Ball was enough to get that Deoxys. So I got super lucky on that catch. Oh yeah, I totally scummed the Deoxys hunt. I will gladly admit it. It was one of the last 2 Pokemon I needed to hunt for my Shiny Living Dex. And I was just like, screw it. And I had up, I think it was 10. I think I had 10 windows. Because I had taken my physical cartridge of Fire Red, put it in my Game Boy Operator, and on the computer did 10 windows of the game, and just reset them all until it shined. It would be nice being able to re-hunt that. But yeah, at that point, I was like, whatever. I just want this done with. Shario, what's going on? Good to see ya. Welcome in. What's my opinion on Gen 10 starters? None of them have grabbed me yet, Sharia. None of them have really caught my eye yet. But got plenty of time for one of them to get to the leader of the pack. What about you? What's your opinion? Kind of want to see the 10 screen again. Originally, I was planning on doing 20 Mewtwo, but 20 instances while having the streaming software set up, it was so slow. Like, it was like 1 frame a minute. It was terrible. Look like Power World animals. That's fair. That is actually pretty fair. That's the first time I've heard someone mention Power World, but that's pretty fair. Yeah, if I had to pick today, I'd probably go with the Pombon. Um, no different than hunting across multiple consoles. Yeah, I mean, there have been several times on this channel I've dual hunted something, right? Like, I've had both my Switches up and I've dual hunted the same Pokemon. It's the same concept, but, I mean, it was a lot. It was, like, 10 instances at once. It was, I wouldn't say it was, like, a cheat, but for me personally, that was definitely bordering on a cheat. Reddish orange Pomeranian. Yep. Yep. It is. But Brown's just a green angry bird, and Gekwa's just squished Sobble. Probably better off with 6 screens. Your friend had to stick to 6, or everything got super slow. Exactly. No, I think I was over odds, John. I don't know. I don't know if I was over odds on the stream or off stream, because I tested it. I tested it and I got it, and it was like over 10,000 checks. I can't remember what it was on stream. How old am I? How old do you think I am? Exactly, Kiro. Now that I don't need the Pikachu, they're showing up everywhere. You want Shiny Gecko to be the Geico Gecko? That'd be pretty funny. 23, Mewtwo, get out of here. What's up, Zen? Zen, I'm finally going to finish the first volume of Luke Cage today. I promised myself. I have 3 issues left to read. I think I'm 30? That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I'm actually 45. Can you believe it? I'm a few months away from 46. But I'll gladly take 30. You probably meant 30 as like I'm super old, but I think that's a compliment. I don't know if anybody here ever watched Friends. Probably not, because, you know, you guys are all much younger than me. I had a horrifying realization the other day. I was watching an episode where Monica's dating Richard, played by Tom Selleck. And there's a joke about how big of an age difference there was between the two of them. Razzie, I hope you're listening to this. When Monica started dating Richard, Richard was 47 years old. Next year, I'm turning 47 years old. Fighting Lieutenant Surge, good luck, Lacey. You're gonna be an old man next Monday? I don't believe it. Found a good Rocktown map? There you go. Finished all the X-Men and Humans Prelude to War of Kings? Nice. And I'm sure now you realize as much of like, as an add-on to all that was, why it was so important to read. I look young? Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I've always had a little bit of a baby face. I'm married. I am not married. There are good stories. Yeah, I like that. I like that era. Like, when that era was going on, that was while Civil War was happening. And I know that you and I have talked about this, but I'm just kind of talking in general just to fill the silence. That's when Civil War was going on. That's when like Planet Hulk was going on. And Civil War was like that was like the summer blockbuster popcorn flick. Like, everyone was paying attention to Civil War. We can argue about the quality, but that was the big deal. Planet Hulk was like the critically acclaimed indie flick that, you know, like some people were reading. but it got a lot of buzz and people started paying attention to it like during award season. The Annihilation era was like that really cool sci-fi movie that no one had heard about and didn't really even get a following until like it came out like on DVD or streaming, and then everyone was talking about it. How old are you? I don't really like playing this game because it can get to uncomfortable territory, but I'm going to say definitely over the age of 13 because you're on YouTube, and I'm assuming over the age of 18 because if you're under the age of 18, we're not going to talk about how old you are. So that would be my guess. Exactly, Zen. Yeah, Civil War isn't that it didn't age well in my opinion, and even some of the things that happened when it was out were questionable. Like it was really bizarre for Tony Stark to take that stand, like take that turn. I thought it was a really neat concept. I think the biggest problem with Civil War is that the Civil War was an interesting, and this applies to the movie as well as the comics. Civil War is an interesting conflict between personal freedom and public security. And that was at the time a huge hot button issue in the U.S. I'm not going to get into the details as to why, but we're talking about the second Bush administration. If you want to kind of get like a context, personal freedom versus public security. What's more important? And the issue was that the writer obviously had a bias on one side versus the other. And I feel like the comics could have read a lot better if both sides got equal play, equal footing, equal chance to make their point. What's my favorite game? That's a good question. If we're talking about Pokemon, it's got to be Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. If we're talking about like ever with like anything, it's got to be a toss-up between the Pokemon games and the Zelda games for my favorite franchise, although I really like Kingdom Hearts games too. I also like Metroid games. And of course, you know, you can never beat like a classic Mario platformer. So it's tough to say what my favorite game is. Back when I was a kid, I was huge into the Mega Man games too, during like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo era. Change nicknames later. Do you have to name Bulba every time? You can nickname them later, but I think the name rater is in Vermilion, so you wouldn't be able to rename it until Vermilion. Jerry, enjoy breakfast. Tell Mom I said hello. Yeah, we gotta heal Rattata, even though it's gonna take some more time. Ugh, I can't wait to get running shoes. Still on Tony's side when it comes to the end of the movie. Yeah, in the movie, I think they did a better job of giving both Cap and Tony sides that you could. I mean, you could see both their sides. You could definitely see both their sides in the movie better than in the comics. I really felt bad for Tony. I mean, I think logically he made a couple of missteps, but I think as a human being with emotions, I totally understood what he was going through. Or I totally, not that I've experienced it, like I got where he was coming from. Oh, Lavender Town. Name Raiders in Lavender Town. Sorry about that. I think in... Oh, I thought it was... No, you're right. It is Lavender Town. I was thinking of the Pokemon Fan Club guy. Big Star Wars racer fan here? That's a good game. That's what I call pod racing. Sharia, have a great rest of your day. Lacey, you're so smart when it comes to this game. What's the new one coming out on? Like, what systems? Oops. When I was in college, nice, 68. Ooh, TI knows Guts, too. Or has Guts. What was I gonna say? Oh, when I was in college, my roommate had a GameCube, and we had the Star Wars pod racing game in that. And dude, that was so much fun. Looking around, found a trailer for War Kings in 2008. Didn't know Marvel used to post those back then. Yeah, they're a little. They're cool, but they're also a little like cringy, right? I think by the time War of Kings came out, like there were enough people that had realized that what they were doing with the cosmic side was pretty awesome and were getting involved. You never listened to the music in Fire Red Leaf Green when playing it. You were too scared to put on the music. When you did, you would play it 2 times speed. What? You got the Pod Racer game on your Switch? Oh, that's cool. Been playing since the games came out. You were 9 and autistic. Pokemon your special interest, so you memorize weird little things about it. Hey, no problem with that. I am that type of person myself. I love just memorizing all sorts of little trivia. Hey, the Crobat's locked post game. Yeah, that is stinky. What's the cosmic era after Thanos Imperative? After Thanos Imperative, which will end the... I think at that point Nova's already done. That will end the Guardians of the Galaxy series. There is the 2 4-issue miniseries Annihilators and Annihilators Earthfall. And then that's it. That's basically it for the cosmic era until, I hate to say it, but basically until Bendis took over Guardians of the Galaxy. You bought the Guardians run? Nice. I now have the Guardians run in Epic Collection form, along with the original issues, which is pretty awesome. I still need to pick up Annihilation Volume 2, because Volume 3 comes out, I think, in April. Alright, TI is level 10. Time to start working on Mr. Mankey. Sour Punch. And we're going to use the trainers for this. Because Mankey is not going to do much against bugs. Getting severe lag. I'm sorry to hear that. Am I lagging? I got nothing on my end. So I don't know if it's on your end or it might be YouTube. Mount Moon's music scared you as a kid. My goodness gracious. Go Sour Punch. Go away, Sour Punch. Am I playing a Switch version? I am. I am playing on the Switch. I did pay the $19.99 USD for this game, which I did begrudgingly. But I am very excited that it has the event tickets included once you beat the Elite Four. That really, that and the home compatibility being confirmed really made me say, okay, I'm not happy that it's 20, but I can justify it now. Let's just see what Sour Punch can do to Caterpie. Oof. What are event tickets? Great question. So after you beat the Elite Four, you will receive 2 event tickets. I can't remember the names of them. But one will take you to an island that has Ho-Oh and Lugia, and the other one will take you to an island called Birth Island that has Deoxys. These were originally, back when Fire Red Leaf Green came out in 2004, these are originally real-life events in Japan that you would physically go to, and you would download a ticket that would unlock this event in the game. Yeah, Naval Rock, that's what it's called. How involved am I, Zen? Basically not. I have found, in my experience, the online comic community is overall very negative. And I just don't like that negativity in my life. There's a few particular people that I will pay attention to, but as far as in general, I try and avoid, like, not like the like a Pokemon community, which can be really negative too, but Yeah, I don't go out of my way to search for comic editorial. Like, I have websites I go to find out, like, upcoming releases and things like that, but as far as people's thoughts, I kind of avoid that now. Bunch of hipsters, they just call everything overrated, or say if you don't like something, you don't read comics. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty wild. It's either, I mean, it's kind of like the Pokemon community, but worse, in my opinion. It's either if you don't like something, you're a poser and you don't know what you're talking about, or if you do like something, then you're a poser and you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that could be about the same comic book. Exactly, Slowpoke, exactly. It's pretty wild. I mean, you get into a lot of... I'll just put it this way. In my opinion, politics should never play a role in entertainment, including comic books. And about 95% of the videos on YouTube you find about current comic books will be extremely political pilled. One way or the other. It doesn't matter. It doesn't help that there are some comic book creators that write their own political beliefs into the comics they're writing, and also will have no problem going on like X and like posting their thoughts about things that are happening in the real world. I just want to be entertained by a funny book, you know. I just want to read a comic book about a good guy punching a bad guy. I don't need all this other nonsense. Is it true that you will do a shiny oak challenge after this? Believe it or not, Slowpoke, that is in fact not true in the least. You're back and you agree. Thank you, Jess. I like it when you agree with me on things. Yeah, politics needs to stay out of entertainment. That's my belief. And again, I'm not taking one side or the other. I don't care if we're talking those guys or those guys. Just keep it out of my entertainment. I want entertainment to be away. I watch entertainment. I read entertainment to get out of that. What's up, Rain? Good morning. You're up early. Nice, level 7 on Sour Punch. Getting some good levels here. Caterpie, okay. You're exhausted after Callister. How did it go, Mewtwo? Did you get anything good? I did manage to get 2 shinies yesterday. One from the Callister, one from after the Callister ended. Like Mark Millar slander? Yeah. I mean, he's the dude I was talking about when we were talking about Civil War. It was very obvious where Mark Millar's political leanings were. You've had this discussion a ton, Charles gets it too. I understand being aware and all that, but we need to love our life, not be constantly consumed by that stuff. That's all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Magikarp evolves at level 20. You got Shundo earlier this week. Very nice. You can go to bed until 4 a.m. Oh my goodness gracious, Rain. 6 shinies, 2 hundos without the ticket. Good job. Love it when we get a Metapod. This is just free experience right here. This will definitely get us up to level 8. I can't believe we're going to have to get Mankey to level 28. Grinding on Rattatas. Imagine if Pokemon got political. Oh my gosh. That would be crazy. I'll send you a couple of DMs later, Jess, about some things I'm surprised Pokemon hasn't done yet. Got the Shundo Lugia. Purified it to the Shundo. Nice. XP was insane though. You gained 3 million this weekend. Holy potatoes, that's a lot. I'm not sure what's going to happen first. Knocking out some Metapod or running out of Scratch. We're going to knock out the Metapod. Let's see how much experience this gives. I think it's going to give a good amount. One more. Here we go. One shiny with the ticket. Today's been better with 10 plus. That's awesome. I knew that you had stinky luck yesterday. You had mentioned 108 experience. That's awesome. Cito, what's going on? Good to see you. No background. Dang. You have 13, 13, 13 Shadow Garchomp. Should you purify it? I'm sure people here can help you out. I don't know anything about that stuff. Pokemon Go is my blank spot. It's my what do you call that with the car? It's your blind spot. It's my blind spot when it comes to Pokemon. I don't know anything about stats or strategies or anything with that. Sarah, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. I don't know if you members know this, but if you are a member, if you have a cute little colored Poliwhirl holding a heart next to your name, you can thank Sarah for that. Sarah did all the membership badges. Alright, level 8 on Sour Punch. It's amazing. She is amazing, you're right. You know what terrifies me in this walkthrough that I'm using for the Professor Oak's challenge? At one point he says, once you get to the point where you can Oko Weedles, you'll be able to, go through a lot more battles without having to go to the Pokemon Center because you don't have to worry about poison. And Mankey just got it down to 50% health. That tells me we have a lot of work to do because we have to get to the point where we can Oko it before it gets easier. 500 plus resets deep in Bulbasaur and 10 episodes deep in CM. What's CM? Chainsaw Man? Did I just figure out a anime abbreviation? Membership ran out because Marge can't afford memberships. Oh no, Lacey, no, don't ever worry about that, and no one else ever worry about not being a member. The most important thing is being here and keeping me company and hanging out. That's the most important thing. Everything else is just gravy on the mashed potatoes or hot fudge on the ice cream. Criminal Minds. Oh, okay. You're up to date on Chainsaw Man? I would imagine you would be. Is there an item down here? I think there is. Yep, there is. You remember in spirit? That's right, you sure are. Love the Professor Oak Challenge. Johnson videos were peak back in the day. Yeah, it's a challenge I've always wanted to do, Zen, but I've never had, one, the guts, and two, the reason. And I was sitting at home on Friday trying to figure out what I should stream, because you can ask a couple of friends. I was struggling on what to stream this weekend, because I knew I should do something with Fire Red Leaf Green, because the algorithm's loving it right now, but there's no shinies in this game I want. I honestly didn't want to do a starter hunt, and like everyone else is doing starter hunts. I was thinking about maybe a Nuzlocke, and then it dawned on me, like, this would be my chance to do a Professor Oak challenge. And so, that's what I'm doing. Supposed to evolve Magikarp. It needs, well, it evolves at level 20, so what you want to do is you want to put it out front. Dang it, we got poisoned. Put it in the front of your party, and then when you start a battle, switch to a different Pokemon, and it will get some experience. Tried doing Ruby or Sapphire, really? You think you only got around the first gym? Yeah, I expect to be here for quite a while. I don't think any part of this challenge is going to be easy, but I think once we get past Brock, it's going to kind of open it up. Yeah, I think it's going to be... It's still going to take a lot of time, but I think this first part, like getting Venusaur to level 32, getting Pidgeot to level 36, against like level 2 to 7 Pokemon, is going to be stinky. Be back later getting called. No worries, Sarah. Alright, we got 2 poison Pokemon. This stinks. Can we... Is there another... Okay, we're good. Alright, we can actually use this Pokemon Center now. You know what would really suck doing a Nuzlocke in this game? Is poison. You would have to always have a ton of antidotes on you. Yeah, so for anyone coming in that doesn't know what Professor Oak Challenge is, every Pokemon that can be found before a gym must be caught and evolved as far as possible before taking on the gym leaders. So I have to get this Pidgey into a Pidgeot. I need to get my Bulbasaur into a Venusaur. Got to get my Mankey into a Primeape. Yada, yada, yada. Easier in Gen 3 because you can abuse Zigzagoon pick up rare candies. That's true. That's a good point. Alright, so we've done all the trainers there. What's up, Kayla? I think we can start... Yeah, we can start using Mankey to knock out some Rattata up here. Definitely going to find shinies doing this. It wouldn't surprise me. Kaizen method. I'm basically shiny hunting without purposefully shiny hunting. I'm accidentally shiny hunting. Head and so he knows like this, that makes sense. Can't even beat the game playing it normally. The good thing is we'll never have to be worried about being under-leveled for a battle. We'll never have to worry about that. Well, I shouldn't say that. We won't have to worry about that for a long time. We will eventually have to pick out a couple of key Pokemon that we want to always have on the team and always be getting experience. They have any of the Fire Red Leaf Green events on the Switch? Yes, Zen. It has the Naval Rock and Birth Island, so you can get Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Deoxys. You get the tickets after you beat the Elite Four. That's what convinced me to buy the game. I wasn't going to until they announced that. So thankfully, very, very similar. In fact, one could say the same, same deal as with Crystal. Yeah, really, really. So that would lead me to believe that when they do eventually release Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, Emerald will have the Mew. I forget the name of the island, but Faraway Island. It'll have Faraway Island. As well as Birth Island. And the Eon ticket will be in there somewhere as well. I would guess. Can't wait for Emerald? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I know a lot of people would be happy when, if they're able to get Emerald. You can transfer to home as well, Zen, but not yet. Home compatibility will be coming, but it's one way only. You can transfer stuff out of Fire Red Leaf Green into home, but you can't transfer anything from home into Fire Red Leaf Green. So, since it has home compatibility, since it has the event tickets, my one complaint about this game now is the fact that they didn't go the extra mile and add online compatibility. So you can only do local trades. If you want to get Gengar, Golem, Machamp, Alakazam, Scizor, Slowking, Steelix, Politoed, if you want to get those Pokemon, if you want to get the version exclusives in both games,
you have to do a local trade with another Switch with another copy of the game in the same room as you. You can't do it online. You can't ask your buddies on Discord, anyone have a Slowpoke that I could trade them for? Do events have a limit? No. It will just be an event ticket. Like once you beat the Elite Four, they give you the ticket, and then you can just use it. Just very same as when Crystal was on Virtual Console on the 3DS. What's up, Kimu? Chemu? I never know how to pronounce your name, and I apologize for that. 32 experience isn't bad for a Rattata, actually. Not as good, but oh well. So yeah, I think we're gonna be hanging out here for a while. We got a long way to go. I haven't shiny hunted in so long, so Ho, Lugia, and Deoxys will be a nice side quest. Exactly. So with this Professor Oak challenge, I'm doing it as my playthrough. But once we get to the legendaries, once we get to the birds, once we get to Mewtwo, and then once we get to Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Deoxys, I will be shiny hunting those. And I will probably, thankfully, be dual hunting those. At that point, my copy of Fire Red will be ready to hunt for the starters, or hunt for the legendaries as well. So it'll be 2 out of 8192 instead of 1 out of 8192. It's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Kimu. Let's get some birthday hype in the chat. Soft resets fast. Zen, I'll show you. Now, this is on the Switch too. I haven't tested on the Switch yet. I don't know if it might be any slower on the Switch. But this is a soft reset on the Switch too. You ready? You hit all 4 face buttons, X, Y, A, and B. You hit all 4 of them. And we reset. Boom. Still pretty fast. I mean, you gotta deal with that previously on crap still, but pretty fast. Also, it goes to show you, Zen, that this entire time, yes, you could soft reset on the Switch. They just chose not to implement it. Which I always knew, but it's kind of like, you know, haha, we got you. We tricked you. You've been having to hard reset this whole time for no reason. Yeah, Joseph, I know it works on the Switch. I just don't know how the loading speed compares. Because I know that since the Switch 2 has come out, a lot of people have noticed in many games that restarting the software, particularly digital software, is a lot faster on the Switch 2. So I don't know if it has the same soft reset speed on the Switch as the Switch 2. I'll be testing that out later. No load, it's just the same as quick? Nice. That's good to know. That'll be very helpful when I dual hunt. Because that is stinky if you dual hunt something and the two systems have a different speed. You had an idea about doing Oak Challenge. What do you think about it? Kem, I think you should. I think you should. I think for someone like you that famously has every single Kanto Pokemon shiny from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, I think that doing something outside of the typical shiny hunt would be a smart thing for you to do. So, I mean, that's the thing, is outside of the legendaries and mythicals, I personally have no interest. Oh, and Poliwhirl. We will be doing a Poliwhirl. I have no interest in shiny hunting anything in this game. I can't count the number of Kanto shinies I've gotten over the years. I don't need a 1 in 8192 Paris. Hey, Kimu, take care and happy birthday again. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I was thinking it's a bad idea since it could diminish the excitement of others' oak challenges. Well, Kim, hypothetically, if that were to happen, this is what I would say to that. I would say that one person has a lot more subscribers than the other, and this would be an option to reach an even larger audience. And the other person has much less subscribers, streams at a completely different time, and while there's a great overlap in the Venn diagram between the two streamers, it appears Blush Reaction, that overlap, enjoys this and would like to watch this 7 days a week instead of only 2. I don't know if any of that made sense, but no, I don't think diminishment. I think if anything, it might cause some what's the synchronicity? That's the word I use at work a lot. Keep accidentally hitting right trigger and left trigger and opening the annoying menu. Right, same here. Every time I go to save, I keep wanting to hit the R button to save. Can't wait until you reach Vermilion and you have the Versus Seeker. I know, that's going to make it so much easier. When do I get the running shoes? That'll make it easier too. You need a 1 out of 8192 Pikachu? Do it. Dr. Brock. Okay. So that's, relatively speaking, not too far away. What do I think of the starters? None of the 3 of them have really jumped out at me yet, Zen. All 3 of them, I think, are, in my opinion, my sole stupid opinion, that has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else, my opinion, I don't think any of the 3 of them look like Pokemon. But there have been starters in the past that I felt that way about too, like Fuecoco. I didn't think Fuecoco looked like a Pokemon. So I got plenty of time. I got like over a year probably. Give it time, see if any of them jump out at me. But first impressions, no one said, oh my gosh, I got to get that one. Paul Johnson, Oak Run, that's a great question. So Professor Oak Challenge is, I got to get every single Pokemon available before the next gym battle. And I have to fully evolve them as much as possible beforehand. So we are sitting outside of Pewter City. Before I can take on Brock, this Mankey has to be a Primate. I need my Bulbasaur to become a Venusaur. I need my Pidgey to be a Pidgeot. I need my Spearow to be a Fearow. We've already gotten a Beedrill. We've gotten a Butterfree. And my Rattata has to become a Raticate. So that's what we're working with here. Yeah, we try and keep the language family friendly here, Paul, but you're absolutely right. Pikachu, we do have a Pikachu. Now, when I said evolved as far as possible, I was specifically talking about Pikachu in this instance. We have a Pikachu. We can't evolve it until we get the Thunderstone. So it's ready to go, but once we get access to a Thunderstone, then we'll evolve it. But yeah, basically everything that you can evolve, you have to evolve before you take on the gym leader. So we're going to be here for quite a bit. I'll put it this way. This is day 2, and I feel so accomplished that I have a Butterfree and a Beedrill. I'm over the moon about that. I am thrilled that all my Pokemon are in double-digit levels. They're all at least level 10 now. That's what I get after almost 6 hours. Speaking of which, let's go ahead. When I say speaking of which, I mean we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Let's go ahead and open up our 10-pack of cards in TCG Pocket. Let's do it. Well, if I run out of money in Pokeballs, I'll have to get more. Bulb is going to take so much work. It will. Thankfully, I picked, or not thankfully, I did it on purpose. I picked Bulbasaur because you can get a Venusaur at level 32 instead of the other 2 starters, which is level 36. All right, first we got a 1-pack. I have 1 pack to open, and then we can open up a 10-pack. We got about 38 Grievards yesterday, 38 full art Grievards. So I'm hoping to get new full arts today. There's Dala, that's a new card. Primeape, we're going to get that in this game eventually. Arven and Kilowattrel. Okay, now let's open up our 10 pack. $38 times Grievard. It's like 27 times lettuce, but different. Here we go. 10 pack of cards. Let's get something good. So far, the only chase cards I've gotten at all are the 1-star full art Grievard 38 times and the 1-star full art Mousehold. Finizen, Flittle, Mousehold, Whooper. Ooh, full art Gimme Ghoul. There we go. I like that. That's a nice card. I like that art style. Spidops, Tarantula, Gimme Ghoul, Quaxley, Palmot. Nice. Finizen, Houndstone, Mastiff, Arctibax, Big Air Balloon, Mastiff, Teamstar Grunt, Finizen, Relor, Iono, Satotl, Capsakid, Chenpao, nice, Chenpao EX. That's a cool one. I bet Razzie likes that card. Tarantula and Palafin. There we go. Relor, Espathra, Tinkatuff, Satotl, Cyclizar, Cloth, Satotl, Quaxwell, Teamstar Grunt, and Skeledirge. Lechonk. That's a fat little pig right there. Another Mousehold. Quaxley, Satotl, and Nimona. Mastiff, Quaxwell, Satitan, Arctibax, and Arboliva. Nice. And last pack, Grievard, Crocolore, Quaxwell, Bramblegast, and Meowscarada EX. Ooh. Nice. Are there shiny cards in this set? Like, I know for the last few sets, like, there's a chance you can get a 6 card that'd be a shiny. Are they still doing that? I'm surprised. I've opened up probably 35 packs at this point and haven't gotten a shiny yet. What's up, Matthew? Or I guess it hasn't been 35. It's been 20. What's 140 divided by... What's 140 divided by 5? Divided by 10 is 14. 28. I've opened up 28 packs. Never mind. I've opened up 28 packs. No shiny yet. Did they add a shiny Slowpoke card? Ugh. I can't wait to get it. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, 28. So I've opened up 28 packs. Alright, so now we're at the point where we're just going to rotate. We're going to get Sour Punch up to level 11. Then we're going to get somebody else up to level 11. Then we're going to get somebody else up to level 11. And then we're just going to keep rotating around. Made it through Rock Tunnel with no flash. Good job, Kiro. Did you get all the items? And Loops, what are you up to today? What are you doing? That's over 1 Grievard a pack. That's true. That's true. If anybody needs a Grievard full art once the set's done with, let me know. I'll take care of you. Is it Nuzlocke? No, it is a Professor Oak challenge. Basically, with Professor Oak challenge, you have to catch and fully evolve as far as possible every Pokemon before taking on the next gym leader. So before I take on Brock, I need to have a Venusaur, I need to have a Raticate, I need to have a Pidgeot, I need to have a Fearow, I need to have a Butterfree, a Beedrill, a Primeape, I need to have... I think that's it. I have a Pikachu. It will eventually evolve with the Thunderstone once Thunderstones become available. I do have Squirtle and Charmander as well. They are at level 10. That's because since they're traded in, the obedience, because of obedience, they won't listen to me after level 10 until I beat Misty. So then once we beat Misty, we can get up to level 30. Once we beat Erica, we can fully evolve them. Professor Oak Nuzlocke, a Pokemon faints you must release and recatch. Kem, that's what you should do. That's totally what you should do. You're going to do a Nuzlocke soon? Nice. In this game or a different one? Yeah, Kem, that's a great idea. You should totally do it. Shiny Oak Nuzlocke only. That's right. Shiny Oak Nuzlocke, or Shiny only Oak Nuzlocke. Oaklock. What if your starter faints? You gotta start over. ZA and in general, and Gen 10 when you get it. Nice. You're gonna do a Nuzlocke in ZA. That's... I suppose you can do that. I never thought about that. A Shokelock, if you would. Yes, a Shokelock. What's up, Hassan? Good to see you. Yeah, poison would definitely be a game-ending issue. You got to make sure you always have antidotes on you. I would argue antidotes might be more important than Pokeballs. Shokelock. Cam, get that Shokelock. Shiny Quaxley earlier, 201 eggs. Nice. Congratulations. I am not looking forward to Masuda hunting all the Gen 9 starters. Hopefully by the time I get around to it, Gen 10 will be out and they will have the Gen 9 starters in the wild. Then a few days ago, you hatched Shiny Quaxley in 267 eggs. So you're like well under odds for both of those. That's really awesome. In fact, you got both of those combined in under odds for one. Big Grok and Venusaur, yep. Only in the DLC. It will probably only be in the DLC. But let's face it, I will buy it. Even if I have issues with it, I'll buy it. You have fake ones for Gen 10, do ya? You're in Lavender Town. Dang, Kiro, you're so far ahead of me now. Now you have every single Shiny Star available, including Evos from Gen 1 through 9. Isn't that a great... Doesn't that feel great, Hassan? That's an amazing accomplishment. And it's such a great feeling. I'm still ahead of you, Slowpoke. Him, I do remember, but he was not right. You're just going crazy. You're having the shiny hunting madness. You proved it wrong with No, Kem, no. I don't think that was the argument he was making. I think the argument he was making was that you couldn't shiny hunt something if it had a 1 in 8 chance. Because I might be misremembering, but I thought the whole thing was we proved him wrong when you had something. I don't think it was the Charmander because it was during the Charmander hunt. You had something else that was a 1 in 8. I don't know. I can't remember now. This is Leaf Green. Hassan, thank you for the like goal. We need to go back and watch that and see exactly what he said. Because I think you already proved him incorrect somehow. I just can't remember the specifics. Oh, wait, I'm already level 11. I shouldn't... okay, we're going to get a little bit of experience here. Of course tackle missed. Stupid sand attack. Fine Whip can probably take it out. What's up, Mighty Munchkin? How you doing? How's your Kalos tour going this weekend? Yeah, Kira, the eerie music of Lavender Town. Speaking of which, who watched the pre-presents DJ Pikachu music extravaganza with all the 30th anniversary Pokemon logos? That was so good. I really hope that's like a separate video I can put on the background sometime. A lot of lag today on your screen. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't have any lag on my side, thankfully. Yeah, Kim, we'll have to go back and watch that because I don't remember the specifics of what he was arguing with you about. I mean, I know it had something to do with the 1 and 8 being female, like those particular hunts. But I thought that we disproved him by getting a shiny. When I say we, I mean you. Yeah, DJ Pikachu was kind of back. It was really cool. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, they remixed all the music and of all the games while they showed all 1,025, actually more than that because it's got all the forms too. All the 30th anniversary logos for each of the Pokemon. It was insanely cool. Anne-Marie, what's going on? Good to see you. Anne-Marie, I just opened up another 11 packs. No more full art Greavards, but I did get the full art Gimmighoul and a couple of EX cards. You have to complete the Pokédex to visit Birth Island. I don't believe you do. I believe you just have to beat the Elite Four. That's what I've been told. Obviously, I'm not there yet. But I've been told that once you beat the Elite Four, you get the event tickets. How's the Oak Challenge going? Good. We got our Butterfree and we got our Beedrill. And now we have everyone at least at level 10. We're working on getting everyone to level 11. Then we're going to work on getting everyone to level 12. And that's how we're going to do it. So you get your folder to save the fake mons. You can do whatever you want, Matthew. Whatever is best for you. Yeah, Charmander did take forever, Chem. It did. It's stats-wise, it's your longest ever hunt. I swear you hatched stuff that was 1 out of 8 before. Was it Togepi? Like, you've hatched Togepi before, right? Now, I mean, of course, like, even if it could be 1 out of 10,000, there's a chance you get on the first egg. I understand, but I don't feel like these are the only 2 1 out of 8s you've gotten. Oh, I didn't realize Weedle was up here, too. Togepi took a while too? Interesting. Then maybe so. Maybe it is 1 out of 128 for the 1 out of 8s. You got Paul Day and Wooper. Nice. Congratulations, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, your favorite starter, your favorite Gen 10 starter is currently winning the poll. John is locked in. You know, it's funny. I don't even have the running shoes, but just out of like force of habit, I keep holding down the B button on the overworld. And Anne-Marie, I did come to the realization today that even though I still feel like none of the starters have jumped out at me yet, if I were to pick one today, if the game came out today and I had to pick one, I probably would go with Pombon myself. Impossible data point to prove. I mean, outside of the data mining, right? However the miners do that, I don't know. I haven't been a miner in a few decades. I think you're right. Like, I don't know how you would prove that. I think that's the only way you could prove that is to actually look at the game code. Jim McKay, Doctor Strange run, do you need to read anything before, or is Death of Doctor Strange and the 2023 run good? It's a good question. Hold on, Zen. I can't remember if McKay did any can't remember if McKay did any Strange before Death of Doctor Strange. No, you're good. Death of Doctor Strange, Strange, and then Doctor Strange. Yep, that's it. So Jed McKay started his run with the Death of Doctor Strange miniseries. Wax On is one of the fake mons. Is there going to be a Wax Off? I have not, Lacey. I think I've heard tale of a different Lavender Town theme, but I've never heard it. Yep, there's going to be a Wax On and a Wax Off. That's awesome. Wax On, Wax Off. It's a Karate Kid joke, Clocky. Get your mind out of the gutter. Swert? That's actually really funny, though. You could do a lot with that. Is there supposed to be anything in the briefcase thing on screen? Anne-Marie, that's a great question. Since it's probably going to be about 1 billion years before that happens, I'll give you guys a little sneak preview. So here's what that little case right there, that box right there that you see. Here's what's going to happen. After we beat Brock, that's going to happen. After we beat Misty, that's going to happen. After we beat Lieutenant Surge, that's going to happen, and so forth and so on. It's going to be just a quick little, along with the counter that Professor Oak's next to. It will be a quick way for anyone to tell how far into the playthrough we are. And thanks again to Chem Nation for giving me that image of the box, because the one I had beforehand was terrible. I should have dirty versions. Oh, like in the Gen 4 games, that'd be pretty neat. And the only way to clean them is from donations. Clocky, I love your mind. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, with any dono, you get to pick which badge you want to clean up, and it'll stay clean for the rest of the day. Try listening to it after stream, but don't turn it up too high because some of the sounds are very loud and startling. Okay, yeah, I'll try and remember to listen to that. Chimnoven. People hate when stuff is dirty. They do. Yet they'll binge watch hoarders like me. What's up, Nick the Newfie? How you doing? Who here hate watches hoarders? Is it just me? I love watching hoarders because it disgusts me, but I can't look away. John's already level 11 and is still out here knocking out Pokemon. What the heck? What the heck am I doing? You hate it. Whoa! I don't know if you are lurking, Kieran, but gosh dang, that is a sweet setup. That's a streamer setup if I ever saw one. Dial, nice. You know, play through Leaf Green, and I must say these modern games have you spoiled. You're struggling right now, right? Yeah, I think for people that have never played them before, it's going to be quite a rude awakening. Even for those of us that have played them, but it's been such a long time, we're going to have to remember a lot of things that we forgot about. Come on, T.I. Ooh! close to an Oko. Like that. Flamora. I like that. That's a good one. Is that? I'm gonna guess that's a grass type. Once you get your shiny Charmander, you'll find out. I hope you get it quickly, Anne-Marie. You know, it's funny. I feel like there's two types of people playing Fire Red Leaf Green right now, and I'm in the middle. Like, there's people that are starter hunting, and hopefully not, but will probably be starter hunting for quite a while. And there's people that are speed running so that they can get the tickets and do shiny hunts for mythicals and legendaries. And then here I am. I'm well past the starter, but I haven't gotten gym badge yet. What's Professor Oak Challenge? Great question. So basically, every Pokemon that can be found before gym must be caught and evolved as far as possible before taking on the gym leader. So before I take on Brock, I have to have a Venusaur. I have to have a Pidgeot, Fearow, Primate, etc. Can't be bothered starter hunting. You just took one with decent IVs. Fair enough. I got lucky. The Charmander I got, I didn't even mean for this to happen. I didn't notice until I went to trade into this game. The Charmander I got was female, which I thought was pretty cool. Pokemon Green Beta Lavender Town theme. Okay, I will look that up. Ticket speedrunner here. Nice, John. You will probably have gotten the shiny Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Deoxys before I beat Brock. Light On is a Ghost Bull. I like that. Let's go Wartortle. I can't wait to get myself a Wartortle. Gina Bina, good morning. How are you? How is the Calistor going? You just looked it up and it is disturbing? Oops, I meant to hit quick attack, and that missed, of course. Oh. You care less about the Ho-Oh Lugia since you've hunted both them in the Heart Gold Soul Silver. Well, aren't you just an awesome dude? I mean, you are. That sounded sarcastic, but I was actually a little bit more jealous than anything else. You shiny Ho-Oh, and now is your chance, Anne-Marie. Also, if you didn't know, Gina let me know yesterday. She's going to be she's going to be the angel of the community. She is planning a cross-world road trip where if you only have one game and one Switch, she will come to visit you so that you can get your trades in and get your trade evolutions and version exclusives. Isn't that nice of Gina? Mookie Bush is a raccoon. That is a fun name. This is the first time your husband heard someone wishing you a happy birthday and you're so confused, I bet. Just hyped to hunt this Deoxys. I bet you are. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Gina's not going to travel around the world. I'm sorry to get anyone's hopes up. But she would if she could. I know that she would. US only. That's right. Go for a legit Ho-Oh. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like other than Poliwhirl, I have absolutely no interest in shiny hunting anything that's not legendary in this game. But I feel like I have to shiny hunt the legendaries and mythical in this. I have to. Because I can always change my mind and come back, years down the road and hunt something in this, but I only get one shot, one chance at the legendaries. I mean, that's not true. I can just make another save file, but you know what I mean. They stole your Fakemon Wecco? What? Is that what Gekwa is? Water Gecko? That's pretty spot on a steal, yeah. It's convenient for you as you need them for your living decks, and it's a perfect way to do it. I mean, let's be honest. Would you rather have a shiny Ho-Oh or Lugia from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or from Fire Red Leaf Green, right? Which is the bigger flex? Gina, Latius, I believe. is out today. And Latios was yesterday, but I didn't hear you mention them at all, so I'm guessing they're kind of rare. So, yeah, I can probably get those down the road at some point. Heracross is my big want for today because it's such a rare occasion that you get a chance to get a Heracross anyway. Legit shiny Articuno, right? Exactly. Travel to find the best cup of coffee, but you're sure it's going to have animal poop in it. Probably even the worst cup of coffee is going to have animal poop in it. That's why it's the worst. Because it'll just be like an old styrofoam cup of coffee in the corner of an alleyway. That would be the worst cup of coffee. Hunt the legendary bees. I don't know. I need to do some research. I need to talk to people smarter than me. I never heard about this whole legendary beast glitch thing, but now it's got me nervous. So I got to find out what the deal is with that. Only through pictures with your buddy? What? I thought they were mega... I thought Latios and Latios were mega raids. That's what the leak duck told me. Soft reset's pretty quick. Yeah, it is. It is very quick. Yeah, you get the Eevee. That's true. Okay, Slowpoke seems some mega raids. Oh, TI is level 11. Okay, that's fine. Now everyone's level 11, so now this will go to level 12. Pupperoot. Glitch is the worst. Hope it's fixed. So what's the deal with this thing? I heard, like, if it uses Roar, it's gone forever? You make them with love. Aw. I want pancakes. If it uses Roar, it vanishes. Yeah, I mean, so like you can get around that, right, by saving before you encounter it. I know they're random encounters, but I mean, just, you know, save every once in a while. But save your Master Ball for them. Oh, true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do. Is that, because there's only one per game anyway. You would just have to save your Master Ball for if you ever find the shiny. Leo, my day's going well. How about you? Once they're shiny, they're always shiny, right? So it's not like you have to encounter, like you'd encounter it 20 times and then it's shiny. It's always going to be a first encounter shiny. So you don't have to worry about, I was hunting for it, but then this non-shiny used Roar, and now I have to start over. Yeah. Okay. Suicune's the only one not glitched? I'm getting hungry. I can't believe it's already 12:12 where I live. Already been streaming for 2 hours and 12 minutes. Never knew the song Cinnamon Girl by Type O Negative was a Neil Young cover. Interesting. Are there reason you chose Squirtles to get a Raikou? So I chose Bulbasaur in this game. So which one will be in this one? I'm assuming it'll be Suicune? You were a victim of it as a kid? That's terrible, Kiro. So that means... Oh, I'll have Entei. Okay, so it's the type that... Yeah, okay, it's the type I'm weak to. Gotcha. Alright, so then that means that in my Fire Red copy, I'll have Raikou, and then I'll have to make a second playthrough on Fire Red under a different profile. I'll pick Charmander, and that one will have Suicune. Okay. Alright. Just going to be making pizzas just to make even more. I want pizza. How come I can't have pizza? Gotta go. Alright, Mighty Munchkin, have a great rest of your day, buddy. Thank you for being here. Good luck on the rest of the Kalos tour. So yeah, I guess it would be the one that has the advantage over your starter. So my current team. So here's what we're looking at with the team. Bugsy, we're kind of done with. I'm not going to worry about leveling up Bugsy anymore. But Bugsy, the Butterfree's level 10. Ti, the Rattata's level 11. Peter, the Pidgey's level 11. Sour Punch, the Mankey's level 11. Kyle, the Venus or the Bulbasaur's level 11. And John, the Spearo's level 11. In the boxes, I have a level 10 Beedrill, a level 10 Squirtle, a level 10 Charmander, and I think a level 4 Pikachu named Pickles. So, yeah, we're going to be doing this for quite a while. I hope you guys strap in. We're going to have lots of good conversations while I grind the heck out of this area. But we basically have to get... See, what is Rattata? Is Rattata level 20? Let's take a look here. So Rattata has to get to level 20. Spearow also has to get to level 20. Mankey has to get to level 28. Pidgey needs to get to level 36. And Bulbasaur needs to get to level 32. Thedge, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes, I do have all 3 starters in my game. I actually made a short yesterday explaining how you can get all 3 starters in one save file. It does require 2 consoles in both games, but you can get all 3 starters in your playthrough. It's a pretty simple process. But because of obedience being a thing, Squirtle and Charmander won't listen to me anymore because they're level 10. So once we beat Misty, we'll get them up to level 30, where they'll stop listening to me again. And then once we beat Erica, we'll get them up to level 36 to fully evolve. You want to get all 3 for your game too, but that's going to take a lot of playthroughs. Yeah, so by the nature of what I'm doing, I will be getting Entei in this one. My Fire Red that I'm playing through on my Switch OLED, I will get Raikou. And then I will eventually start a second profile on the Switch OLED with Fire Red to get to pick Charmander and get Suicune. You're going to do your Nuzlocke? Good luck. Deacon, what's going on? Good to see you. You got the female Eevee you wanted. Sweet. Time to gamble for some Pokemon. I can't believe you're already at the gaming corner, Kiro. That's crazy. Spearo's such a good early game mon. You know, I've always heard that. I've never used Spearow. I think it's because I don't know. I don't hate me. I think Fearo's ugly. I'm sorry. I think Fearo's an ugly, ugly Pokemon. And it has an ugly, ugly shiny. I'm sorry. But I have heard that it's a good early game Pokemon for playthroughs. I think I was watching, maybe it was Team 4-Star. Like years ago, like I'm talking like 6 years ago. I think I watched them do a playthrough of a game and they had an early route Spearow and they were really excited about it and they did make good use of it. So yeah, the Spearow and the Raticate are going to be the next things to evolve, and they'll be at level 20. It's ugly because it's always angry and bullies others. What's up, Airy? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Oh, Airy. I went to the comic book store yesterday to pick up my comics for this week, and got the solicitations for April. And you know what? Someone said this. Someone brought this up in the chat a few weeks ago. I can't remember if it was Loops. If it was you, Loops, I apologize. Someone's asking me about Absolute Green Arrow. And I was talking about how, well, Oliver Queen didn't make it past Absolute Evil #1. I found out yesterday in the solicitations there's going to be a 6-issue limited series of Absolute Green Arrow and a 6-issue limited series of Absolute Catwoman starting in April. So I was excited about that. And I'm assuming that's what whomever it was referring to when they were talking about Absolute Green Arrow. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. What I pick up? Just my weekly comics. Got an Absolute Wonder Woman. Amazing Spider-Man Death Spiral. Punisher #1. There's a new Punisher series written by Benjamin Percy. A couple other things. Infernal Hulk. Iron Man. I think 1 or 2 other things I can't think of right now. Yes, A, B, X, and Y to soft reset. So in this, you don't have to change, like, and thank you to whoever just subscribed. You don't have to, like, change, like, your button setup or whatever. In these games, X and Y are start and select. So since soft reset was always B, A, start and select, all you have to do is hit all 4 face buttons at once. Just like this, I'll show you. And you don't have to set this up, it's just the way it is. I'm going to hit all 4 buttons at once, and it resets the game. Heard some crazy things about Infernal Hulk. It's a weird series. This Philip Kennedy Johnson. I'm not sure if I don't think it's his first Marvel work, but I think it's his first, like, big Marvel work. I know he's in a lot of, like, independent comics in the past. He did a, I think, 30 or 32 issue Incredible Hulk run, and now it's followed up with this Infernal Hulk run. It's a really different take on Hulk. It's very monster-based. Very, very cosmic horror-based. We had a really cool character yesterday. Tell me all about it, Ari. And Deacon, my favorite Pokemon, it's this little guy right here, Poliwhirl. He's also right here. And he's also right here. And right here. Poliwhirl is my favorite Pokemon. What's your favorite Pokemon? Oh my gosh, Ari, I love that design. I really love that design. You know what it makes me think of? Pretty sure it was a comic. Yes, I'm not saying this is what influenced you. I'm saying it's given me the vibes of, like, Warrior Nun Ariella mixed with, like, Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. I really like the design. She's a Battle Nun, Wrath of God. That's awesome. Mercedes Morningstar. That's a great name. I love it. Yours is Pikachu? Pikachu's a pretty dang awesome Pokemon. And a heck of a DJ. New Daredevil run in April as well. Yeah, so new Daredevil starting up, I think March. I think March is issue 1 by Stephanie Phillips. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Stephanie Phillips' work, but I'm definitely gonna buy it anyway. Like, you know, I got a long run of Daredevil comics. But I also know, like, there's some writers that fit better for certain characters than others, and maybe Stephanie just hasn't found her character yet. Yeah, Ari, I will send it to you. What's the Professor Oak challenge? So basically, any Pokemon that I can catch, any Pokemon that I can access, I must catch and fully evolve as much as possible before I take on the next gym. So before I go battle Brock, I need a Venusaur, I need a Pidgeot, I need a Raticate, I need a Fearow. I already have a Butterfree and a Beedrill, so I'm good there. But I need to have every possible Pokemon registered in the Dex before I take on the gym leader and open up the next area. Inspired by things like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Indica, Expedition 33. I've been hearing so many people talk about this Expedition 33. I need to look into it because everyone's saying it's like a great RPG, and it's been a while since I've played a good RPG. You saw a meme of a Roadwork sign once that said caution, cosmic horror ahead. Love it. What am I doing? TI is level 12. See, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Have to complete the Pokédex as far as you can. Yeah, basically. Basically, that's it. That is a much simpler way to put it than I've been putting it for the last 2 days. Before I beat a gym leader, I need to complete the Pokédex as far as possible. Giant women enemies? Giant women? Like, how giant are these women? Like, Attack of the Titan giant? Or like... Andre the Giant? Loops, were you the one that was talking to me about Absolute Green Arrow the other week? 8 feet tall, that's pretty crazy. That's taller than me. Probably. Loops, I apologize to you. I didn't realize until I picked up my comics and got the April solicitations yesterday. They're doing an Absolute Green Arrow limited series. That's probably what you were talking about. And I had no idea at the time that was going to be a thing. So I'm very excited. Counters how many Pokemon I got? Yes. So there are 21 Pokemon that I can register. Nick, I was actually thinking about that too. Death by Snoo Snoo. There are 21 Pokemon I can register in the Dex before I take on Brock. We're currently at 13. So we've caught everything we need. We just need to evolve everything now. Daredevil still got a lot to read, like Zdarsky run and the run I recommended. Did I recommend the Mark Wade? Is that the one that I recommended? The Wade run was good. I liked it because, like, there wasn't really, like, a lot of, like, big things that happened, but it was just a nice, fun run. It was almost like a breath of fresh air. Like, not any big events, not any big life-changing stuff, just fun Daredevil comics. So yeah, that's a run. I wouldn't say it's like you must read it because so many things happen in it, but it's a fun run just to it's a chill run. It's like a vibe. If you could equate Daredevil comics to video games, Mark Wade's Daredevil run is Animal Crossing. It's just a chill run. You think that's where it all started for you? That Futurama episode? It unlocked something within you, Ari? I think I'm gonna order a pizza. I'm hungry. Thanks to everyone that's hanging out with us today. I appreciate you. This has been a little bit of a detour from what I typically do on my channel, but I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys are too. I'm really enjoying this. It's a challenge I've always wanted to do, but never really had the reason or the balls to. But we're doing it now. Very excited for the Green Arrow series. The design looks sick. Yeah, and so like apparently it's gonna be kind of like a murder mystery series. Like, because of what happened to Oliver Queen, like, Dinah and whomever else is involved in this, it's like they're going to try and, like, figure out what happened. And I'm hoping, since they're doing that, what it's going to turn out to be is that the death was faked. Felt that way the Silver Surfer run? Yes, exactly, Zen. That's a good comparison. That's a good comparison. Nothing groundbreaking happened in the Dan Slott Silver Surfer. It was just a fun series to read. That's a perfect comparison. And when I say nothing happened, I don't mean like literally there's 22 pages of like people sitting on a couch or something. I mean nothing that, like, you know, things will never be the same after this, or, you know, the event that will shake the Marvel Universe to its core. nothing like that. Just good, well-written stories. Stream's lagging. I'm sorry, Lacey. I'm sorry that's happening for you. 51 likes. Thank you all so much for the likes. You guys are crushing it today, just like you did yesterday. I guess that means we need a new like goal. Can we get a like goal of 60? Let me see a like goal of 60 in the chat, and I will pin it. Thank you, Raw. Not a lot of love for Brout in the chat. Brout's in last place with 12%. Okay, let's switch Peter out for Sour Punch. I like using Sour Punch because I can use super effective moves on the Rattatas. Brout's your second favorite. What's your favorite Airy? Is it Gekwa? Did we talk about this yesterday? Rogine, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome in. Pombon. Okay, Pombon. That makes sense. Your favorite's Brout and then Pombon? Brout or Gekwa? Yeah, I need to see more from them over the next year. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good today. How are you doing? More importantly. Gekwa has lashes. I already know the direction they're taking it in. And you hope you're wrong. I think I know what you mean, but Clocky, send me a DM. Having a chill evening before work tomorrow night. Nice. You like the Brout looks like a corvid bird, like crows, ravens, and magpies was your favorite group of birds. There you go. Suron, too real. What's up? Good to see you. Welcome in. Gekko will be Dark Water in final form. That's a good combo. What do we got? We got Carvana and Sharpedo. Who else is Dark Water? I know there's other Dark Waters. Oh, Hisuian Samurott. Is that it? There's got to be more. Yeah, that's what I thought, Clocky. That's what I thought. That will be uncomfortable. I know a few people have mentioned that they think Pombon might end up being Fire Fairy, which would be pretty awesome. It'd be nice to finally get that type combo. There's only a handful of type combos we haven't gotten yet, and that's one of them. I have always dreamed of, and I don't think this will ever happen, I have always wanted to have an Ice Poison Frog. I know the typing's terrible. I mean, it's going to be super effective against, like, nothing, and weak to, like, everything. But I think a Ice Poison Frog would be pretty cool. Finally over Fire Fairy? Exactly. Exactly, Amory. I think that'd be pretty neat. And the fact that it'd be a dog would be pretty cool. I think dog is a good choice for a Fire Fairy. I mean, it would be good against grass. That's true. That's about it. Pombon will evolve to bipedal humanoid firefighting. Good, because what we need is another bipedal firefighting, right? I know a lot of people are sick of bipedal starters. I don't have any feelings about it one way or the other, but it's one of those things like, you know what, it doesn't affect me at all, but I'm willing to be on your side if it cuts down on the complaints. Kind of like voice acting. I'm officially in favor of voice acting in Gen 10. I have said for a long time, I don't give two figs about voice acting in Gen 10. I'm officially on the pro voice acting in Gen 10 bandwagon. Let's get voice acting in Gen 10, so I can stop hearing about it. Gek will evolve into a bipedal humanoid firefighting type. You might be right, Clocky. Iona's voice annoyed you, but you liked her design. Welcome back, Lacey. I hope it is better. Pro toggable voice acting because you hate it. I mean, I'm just going to have it on mute anyway. The majority of, I know I'm a terrible Pokemon fan. The majority of Pokemon music I hear is watching other people stream. You're not in favor if it's annoying. You know it's going to be terrible voices. Like, look, if we've learned one thing about A, the Pokemon the Pokemon fandom, and B, how the Pokemon fandom and the Pokemon company interact, is they're going to give us voice acting, but it's going to be terrible voice actors, and then all the fans will be upset. Game Freak needs to make that jump already. Like, you'll even accept voice acting just important cutscenes over none at all. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I don't think there's any reason why there shouldn't be voice acting. That's I personally, I see no reason against it. Which is kind of why I decided to change my mind and be in favor of it. Like, I don't care if they add voice acting, but there's no reason why they can't or shouldn't. Because of money. I mean, that's true. But what they're going to do is they're just going to get the interns to do the voices. Those interns aren't even getting paid, so they can just do it for free. Or, no, more likely, in a move that will shock no one and offend everyone, they will have the voices done by AI. I have auditory processing issues, and if there are things going on the screen, you can't hear the words, and you end up needing subtitles anyway. Yeah, like, I mean, there's 100 reasons why people might not need it to begin with, right? And like for some people, it might be auditory processing issues. For me, I'm always doing something else. I'm always watching a movie or, you know, listening to music or something else. And just, you know, I have the game on mute anyway. Even right now, this isn't even on purpose. I would love to get some classic Fire Red Leaf Green music vibes, but for some reason, the way my streaming program is, the audio from what I'm playing is always so freaking low, I can barely hear it. You got Jackpot, good job. Voice acting, but every voice is Chris Pratt and he's not even trying. It's just everybody is Chris Pratt. Every voiceover is Morgan Freeman. I would like that. I would definitely play my video game, my Pokemon games on maximum volume if every voice was Morgan Freeman. And not even like Mario Chris Pratt or Jurassic World Chris Pratt or like Peter Quill Chris Pratt. It would be Andy Dwyer Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. And yes, that's the second reference I've made today to Parks and Rec Chris Pratt. Stadium announcer for battles, definitely. Still doing the challenge? Oh, we'll be doing this challenge for a very long time. We're not even at the first gym yet. What's up, King of Soap? Voice acting for Pokemon for the Pokemon Company for a game would be a dream come true, right? Parks and Rec does have some great bloopers. Every voice is a 90s sitcom character. And the biggest, baddest gym leader in the entire game is going to be voiced by Jaleel White. You'd rather have a better Pokemon game than spend money on voiceover. I'd agree with you. For me, that money can be spent in other places. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Oh yeah, you could do the voiceover. They wouldn't even have to pay you. I bet they'd like that. Come on, Kyle. Anne-Marie knows what I'm talking about. Steve Urkel is the voiceover. That'd be great. It's the biggest, toughest brute of a man in the entire game. Steve Urkel's voice. I wonder what Jaleel White's doing right now. Interesting. Just fly you out to the studio and you'll do the work for free. You'll just cost them the cost of a round trip ticket. Fly me to the moon. Something else I remember. Y'all ever do that? Y'all ever start to sing a song, realize that the only lyric you know is the first line of the song, and then you just don't know what to do? How's the biking going? It's going, Christopher. It's going. I feel like I got some nice early results, and now it's kind of slowed down. Which, is to be expected, but, just trying to keep the motivation. Yeah, Frank Sinatra. Jaleel's probably doing that, probably. That happens to you, Rain? What's up, Raphael? Mostly foreign songs in different languages. Yeah, I'll start singing. Man, I love that song. I'll sing the first line, I don't know the rest of the song. He's been in a bunch of stuff recently? Interesting. Anne-Marie, why were you looking him up? Was this late at night you were looking him up? Got married 2 years ago, wrote a book? Dang. Guess he's doing pretty good for himself. Just scrolling through his Instagram, 2 in the morning. What's up, Spider Zed? Yeah, Professor Oak Challenge. Every Pokemon that can be found before a gym must be caught and evolved as far as possible before taking on the gym leader. Or you'll know the course or nothing else. That's true. Get to the gym by tomorrow. Honestly, doubtful. In fact, when I say doubtful, I mean no. So, the biggest hurdle is going to be, at least level-wise, I don't know about actual experience growth-wise. But level-wise, the biggest hurdle is going to be this Pidgey that is currently level 12 needs to get to level 36. That is going to be the highest level we need to get to. The good news is, as we go along and Pokemon start evolving, we will decrease the number of Pokemon we have to level up. So even though right now, we're splitting our experience amongst 5 Pokemon, soon, once we hit level 20, we'll only be splitting amongst 3 Pokemon. Then when we hit 28, we'll only be splitting amongst 2 Pokemon. And then once we hit level 32, it'll just be the Pidgey. It will be the last thing we need to give experience to. You can sing phrases and even whole songs in about 24 different languages, including French, Egyptian, Japanese, and Old Norse. Wow. Keep track with biking sessions with an app. So not an Apple Watch or Fitbit, but the bike itself comes with its own app. So yes, I do have an app that keeps track of it, as long as I turn it on, right? And there have been some times where I've either forgotten to turn it on, or I just choose not to turn it on because I don't want the stats to be a distraction. So it will register it whenever I turn it on and connect it via Bluetooth to the bike. Another jackpot. You're crushing it, Kiro. You speak fluent gibberish. I can attest that is true. Playing Wii Sports as a kid. Wii Sports was a fun game. I love the bowling and I love the tennis. Baseball was alright. And what was the other one? What was the fourth one? It was bowling, tennis, baseball, and... oh, boxing. Yeah, the boxing always seemed to be kind of glitchy for me. You're using a metronome to time the stop? That's so smart. That's such a big brain play. Good bike. You want a treadmill, but decent ones are at least 1,000. I believe this one was. Hold on, I'll tell you. Like, I mean, I'll say up front, it was a belated Christmas gift from my parents, but I'll tell you how much it was. I gotta sign in with a pass key. Hold on. A rowing machine. That would be nice. I would like a rowing machine eventually. Blue has an air on his team and still only knows teleport. That's crazy. It's not a Peloton, but what's going on, Kirk? Good to see you. It's a very, I don't want to say it's cheap. It's a very affordable bike that still gets the job done. Good Lord, my parents order a lot of stuff from Amazon. It was $280 US is the bike that I have. It's a Mirage, M-E-R-A-C-H. Derek, I'm doing well. How you doing? Hey, Jerry, welcome back. We have evolved nothing since you left. You do mostly body weight workouts and consistent weight training. That's good. That's good. I've never been much like of a workout type of person. I was blessed / cursed with incredible metabolism. I weighed the same amount for about 25 years. And then a couple of years ago, my metabolism said, yep, I'm done. Good luck, you're on your own. Thanks for whoever just subscribed too. And because I had that great metabolism for so long, I never really got into a routine of fitness maintenance. And so now I am the heaviest I've ever weighed. And I'd like to get down by about 20, 25 pounds. And so I got this bike now. And so the big issue has just been continuing the motivation to continue the consistency. Looking at the Horizon 7.0 treadmill, I thought you weren't going to get a treadmill again. Speak fluent gibberish and a little bit of babble. People look at you funny when you do. Your brain melts from the overstimulation. You speak gibberish first, then disintegrate into babble. So you're like, you speak so many languages. It's insane. It's crazy how many. You weigh between 128 and 131. I was 150 for about 20 years. Like plus or minus a couple pounds. And now I'm up to, last fall I was 176. Not having motivation to keep up an exercise regimen is so real. I mean, it's tough. Like I'm not saying, I shouldn't say it's tough. It's all mental. But like I was saying, like my personal issue is the fact that I've never had the need to. And so to go like 45 years of your life without having to, and then trying to completely change that is difficult. You have your own gear like adjustable ankle, wrist weight, stability ball, weighted vest, treadmill, magnesium supplement, potassium supplement, omega-3s. Dang, that's pretty awesome. You hate working out, but you have to keep these six-packs for swimsuit season? Yeah, you do, buddy. You better keep that up. Thank you to whoever just subscribed, by the way. We're only 7 subs away from 2,400. It's pretty awesome. Got yours for like 800 euros. How many coins is the Dratini? I know it depends on which game you're playing. Leaf Green and Fire Red have different amounts based off of what you're playing, but I can't remember the numbers. So that's my way of not answering your question at all, but answering a different question that you didn't ask. No way, Kem, congratulations. Okay, interesting. Okay. On, when's that going to be? On Wednesday, I'm going to have internet work happening in my neighborhood, but it'll be early in the morning on Wednesday, so it should be good. 6-pack of Capri Suns. I want that. God, I can't remember the last time I had a Capri Sun. Anyone remember? Anyone know how many coins the Dratini is? I'll look it up. Sell it on Game Corner. Jerry, how was breakfast? Okay, in Fire Red it's 2,800 coins. In Leaf Green it's 4,600 coins. It's literally twice the amount in Leaf Green. About a month ago you had a Capri Sun, really? Last 9 months, you dropped from 18% body fat to 14.7. Nice, good job, Raphael. And you're up 5 to 8 pounds. That's awesome. You're in Leaf Green, yeah, me too. Can we start this challenge over in Fire Red? So we'll get Dratini, Porygon, Pinsir. That's going to be 13,600 coins. How much does a jackpot pay out? Like 10,000 coins? Always drive to Germany since they have so many flavors. Do they really? Welcome back, Ghost Bunny. 300. A payout, a jackpot payout's 300. And we're going to need 13,600 coins. Okay, all we need to do is get 45 jackpots in a row. Driving a couple hours and passing through several countries. It's pretty wild. And the max you can carry is $99.99. Oh, nice. Okay, so that won't be too bad. That means that we'll get Pinsir and Porygon together, and then we'll get the Dratini. Pinsir and Porygon would be 9,000. My Pokemon are trash. Restart the game. Jeff Rowe, I don't know what you mean. I literally have every Pokemon that I can catch up to this point. Which Pokemon would not be trash, if not all of the ones that are available? I would be happy to remake my team, but I need your help. This sounds fancy. You're saying you drive to a different country, right? Wait a second. I just realized. Yeah, he's level 13 now. And John's still level 11. Oh my gosh, poor John. Poor John's just struggling down here at level 11. You beat Misty, so you're making your way to the next gym. Hopefully getting your Eevee and Vulpix soon. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I'll happily take any advice or tips that people have on team building. I'm just a little confused as to what should be in my team. If not the ones that I have. Don't evolve the Pokemon? Well, I mean, none of them are evolved yet. Is there a baby Spearow that I don't know about? Did they introduce a baby Spearow in Fire Red Leaf Green that I wasn't aware of? Currently on Nugget Bridge, nice. Caps lock. Honestly, caps don't really bother me. I mean, I can understand why some people... how do I put it? I don't think it's the most polite way to send a message, but they don't bother me. It's called Weero. I like that. Weero. What if you get a shiny during this run and not tedious level grinding? During this fun, not tedious level grinding? Ari, that's a great question. There's actually a shiny clause introduced into this this challenge that Chem Nation thought up and introduced yesterday, and I love it because it's cool but also mean. Let's say while I'm leveling up John here, I run into a shiny Pidgey. Then I have to get rid of the Pidgey I already have and replace it with a shiny Pidgey. So imagine, if you will, I have a level 45 Pidgeotto, or I'm sorry, a level 35 Pidgeotto. I have a level 35 Pidgeotto, and I run into a level 2 Pidgey that's shiny. I have to catch the level 2 shiny Pidgey, get rid of my Pidgeotto, and start over until I have a shiny Pidgeot. Would it be easier to leave them small until the last possible moment they grow faster? I don't know. I'm not sure if experience-wise that would matter. Like, I don't know if it takes any less experience to do that. And to Jeff's point, it is true that if you keep your Pokemon unevolved, they learn moves quicker. But I don't think that's going to really be an issue here, because we're basically never going to be under-leveled for anything. Is that the option that you're talking about, Ari? Do I change button mode to LR? Is that what I need to do? Still John just upgraded? Okay, yep, perfect. Now when I accidentally hit LNR, it doesn't do anything. Thank you. Yeah, so if we found a shiny Spearow, I would still name it John. It would just be like a shiny clone. Yeah, John after leg wash, exactly. Drive me crazy? It would drive me crazy too. I feel like that wasn't much of an issue when I was playing it on the Game Boy Advance or the DS, but now that I'm playing it here with my Joy-Cons and I have my little pull-out table here from the desk, it's really easy for me to bump the buttons. Light goal 70. Did we already hit our light goal? Holy buckets. All right. Thank you for the new light goal. Hefty Dad, we try and keep the chat in English, please. But what's going on, Hefty Dad? Good to see you. Muscle memory, I get it. I would have deleted that message too. How you doing, Hefty Dad? You enjoying the house all to yourself and the cats? Defaulted for today's kids that are used to hand holding. How nice is it, Ari? I actually had waves of nostalgia getting the Teachy TV. I mean, like, oh, that's right. They used to give us an item that would act as a tutorial if we wanted to use it. And if not, we didn't have to. Doing well, preparing for afternoon nap. Have windows open 80. Oh my gosh, we got up to 63 here yesterday, which is pretty nice. Then I woke up this morning, there was snow on the ground. But it's gone now because it was already like 31 degrees at 7 in the morning, so it all melted away. All right, John's level 12. This tiny kid playing this game without any help. You refer to the Teacher TV constantly looking for guidance. I never had any, right? I remember feeling like there was going to be something. Actually, let's keep John in here and give him level 13. Feeling like there was like some like Easter egg or secret unlockable if you went through all the Teachy TV stuff. If you left windows open at 80 degrees, you have mosquitoes in the house, you would. You live in a swamp. But yeah, I went through all the stuff in the Teachy TV because I thought it would be like, oh, congratulations on completing the Teachy TV. Here's a, I mean, it wasn't a thing at the time, but like, here's the shiny charm or something like that. You need to know what to do after Vermilion. Yeah, right? That's when it really opens up. Like, even all these playthroughs later, sometimes I still get a little confused after Lieutenant Surge where to go. Went to a small convention con. You see a booth have Pikachu Joy-Con. You say you can buy for $5. You got $5 Pikachu Joy-Con? That's awesome. Oh yeah, Hefty Dad has window screens. So the mosquitoes can't get through. How do you get past the guy who needs his coffee, right? Good point, Nightbot. We should save. I mean, Ash's 20-episode trip to Fuchsia City makes sense. I never thought of it that way, but that's so true. What's up, Rel? No autosave. No autosave. Nope. So make sure you save. This is how we used to do it back in the day. Back 22 years ago. Exactly, Ari. Keeping that chat rate up. Speaking of chat rate up, it is time to play Guess the Pokemon plush. This is the part of the stream where I have a Pokemon plush sitting on my desk right in front of me right here. You can't see it, I can. You have to guess what that Pokemon is. Yesterday was Bulbasaur. What's today's Pokemon plush going to be? It's not Marshtomp. If you win, in honor of Pokemon's 30th anniversary, you will get 30 cool points. It's not Marshadow, it's not Rowlet, it's not Larvitar, it's not Slowpoke, it's not Larvesta. Yeah, no worries, Spider Zed. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you save every once in a while. It's not Pidgey. Not Weedle, not Pikachu. Not Brout. Could you imagine if I had a Brout plush already? The theme is Pokemon that sound like they're related but aren't. I like it. Not Corsola. Is this a new game? The new/old game. Yes, it is the new/old game. This is the re-release of the 22-year-old game. I did end up buying it because they did, in fact, add new content to it, Hefty Dad. I know you and I were talking about that on Friday, but they did add new content. So it, between that and being able to stream it, I thought it was worth the investment. Is it an electric type? It is not an electric type. It's not Charmander. It's not Eevee. It's not Squirtle. It's not Orthworm. It's not Pikachu. It's not Maximus Budimus. It's not Nincada. It's not Clefairy. It's not Smoochum. It's not Cherim Sunform. It's not Meowth. You guys have no idea what you're doing. You guys are naming all the wrong Pokemon. It is a dual type, and one of those types is dark. It is a dual type. Part of it's dark. Thought it looked familiar? You might have seen me playing this game at some point, yeah. Not Meowscarada, not Heracross, not Houndour. Not Sneasel. Not Murkrow. Not Wimpod. Not Weavile. Not Yama. Jerry's just naming all the bugs he can think of. Not Morpeko, not Houndoom Mega, not Poliwhirl, not Mightyena, not Morpeko full belly form. Not Greninja. Greninja's a water dark. That's the other one I was trying to think of. Not Houndour. Not Golisopod. Jerry's your favorite bug catcher? He's a pretty good one. He's a pretty good one. Not Sharpedo, not Scraggy. Also not Shaggy, which is what I originally read that as. Not Honchkrow, not Stunky. Is the second type flying? The second type is not flying. It's not Vibrava, it's not Skuntank, it's not Vullaby. It is, here's your clues so far. It is a dark type, and it is a sitting cutie. Not Absol Z. What's up, Matthew? Not Spiritomb, not Crocodile, but coming out of absolutely left field with a wild guess. Camp Nation is correct. It is, in fact, Dino. It is Dino. Not Vileplume, but congratulations, Hefty Dad. I'm proud of you for naming a Pokemon. And one that's not Pikachu. But it is Dino. Good job, Kim. You get 30 cool points. Your favorite dragon type. Is it really? I thought your favorite... No, wait. Wait. No. Wait. What? No. What? Wait. What? That's what I thought. It's your second favorite dragon type. Your team's your favorite ghost type. That's not where I was going with it. Unless Vibrava is your favorite ground type. That could be it. Vibrava's probably your favorite ground type. Game Shark had guessed a plush update? That's right. You don't know who that is? Stop it. Stop it, you. You're silly. Yeah, good job, Chem Nation. Don't spend all those cool points in one place. Because they'll then know that it was you that robbed the cool points bank, and they will send the cops after you. You want to take your stolen cool points and either just not spend it, or if you're going to spend it, spread it out amongst several stores so it doesn't raise any suspicion. Metronome's actually helping a lot more. I might have to look into that. I might have to get myself a little metronome app when we get to the game corner. Kiro, later on, if you have a chance, shoot me a Discord direct message letting me know specifically how you are using the metronome to help with the slots. Yeah, Matt, how's the tour going for you? Ground type Zygarde. Zygarde's a good choice. Rose talking from experience. I can neither confirm nor deny that, Pancakes. Going pretty well so far. Just missing a couple of targets. Nice. Good job, Matthew. My tutorial on what to do after robbing a bank. A cool points bank. I was talking about a cool points bank specifically, not a money bank. What's my favorite of each type? That's a great question. My favorite water type is Poliwhirl. My favorite fire type is Houndour. My favorite... This is a little bit out of date. I haven't updated them since 2021. My favorite ghost type is Gengar. My favorite poison type is Crobat. My favorite flying type is Staraptor. My favorite ground type is Golurk. My favorite dark type is Absol. My favorite ice type is Frostlass. Although that might now be Snom. My favorite dragon type is Tyrantrum. My favorite fairy type is Shiinotic. My favorite bug type is Ribombee. My favorite steel type is Scizor. My favorite grass type is Levani. My favorite electric type is Electros. I think that's it. Was that 18? Absol is your favorite dark type? Nice. Lots of gens 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, and a few 3s. Couple of 7s. Rock type. Favorite rock type is... What the heck is my favorite rock type? Oh, sorry. Psychic is Reuniclus. Show me a list of rock type Pokemon. Oh, Omastar. Omastar is my favorite rock type. Rockruff is pretty cool. Aggron's pretty cool. Rantar's pretty cool. I mean, they're all great choices. All praise Helix. Not even for that reason, but yes. I don't know. I just love the design. And Omastar has been very helpful to me on quite a few occasions in playthroughs. And I also love it shiny. Every Pokemon's someone's favorite, that's right. Except for Cascoon, apparently. What's my least favorite type Pokemon? I can tell you my least favorite Pokemon is, and Ari hates it when I talk about this, my least favorite Pokemon is Finneon. And it's not even that like there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but it's just a fish. And we've already had a handful of just a fish Pokemon. I don't see Finneon adding anything to my interest in Pokemon. What's my medium favorite? Dugong. Find Finneon better than Bruxus? No, I don't. No, maybe I misunderstood the question. I'm saying that Finneon's my least favorite Pokemon. Finneon just existing, always taking punches. Exactly. Yeah, I would say Dugong is my medium favorite. Paris is the worst. You know, I never really had any feelings about Paris one way or the other. I never paid it much attention, but I have to say, even though I despised seeing them and it flat out humiliated me more times I'd like to count, the viciousness and ferociousness of Paris and Legends Arceus gave me some respect to that dang Pokemon. Paris may not have my love, but it has my respect. Probably would not care about Finneon literally at all if Sinnoh wasn't your childhood region. I mean, Sinnoh's a great region, and I'm not trying to say that, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with Finneon. Like, I don't think that Finneon, like, Oh, it's so terrible because of this. I just think it's the most unnecessary. I think that's probably a better descriptor. It's not the worst, it's the most unnecessary. No matter where you are in Hisui, Paris will find you. That's right. Viridian's the hardiest fish that's always taking cred from people. Dang. Another way about Stalin Herdier. That's fair. That is fair. I would say that of all the dogs in the franchise, the Lillipup line, all three of them, are probably the most unneeded. Sorry. Guess your medium favorite Pokemon, Rain? Oh gosh. Your medium favorite Pokemon would probably be... What is half of Gothorita? Grizzile. Yeah, I mean, Lillipup is it's a cutie. I'll give you that. Lillipup's a cutie. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Statland and Herdier, you're just kind of meh. They're just Yorkies, right? Well, I don't think we're going to get Rattata and Spearow to level 20 today, but I think we can get a couple more levels on these. Actually, the next evolution is going to be Ivysaur at level 16. Porygon always has a spot on your list? Obstagoon. Obstagoon is your medium favorite. I should have known that. Harris Legends Arceus was such a good game. Slowpoke, you're crazy. Yep, Slowpoke, you won. I'm out of coffee. Dang it. All right, Jess, enjoy your rest. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. GG's, Slowpoke. Yeah, I think next stream we're going to get an Ivysaur. It's exciting. We do have one more trainer battle left to do, and that is the rival battle on the way to Victory Road. Playing Arceus for the first time, I hope you enjoy it. I had fun with that game. Route 22, Kanto. What level are his Pokemon at? 9? Level 9? Let's go take him out. Once we get to level 13, we'll take out the rival. Heater and Sour Punch still need to get to level 13. Nice team, Airy. And I wouldn't have noticed that if you didn't point it out. Try Turbo A. John, we might do that next stream. I don't know. We'll think about it. I'm getting a good thumb workout. Hyperfang. Ooh, we like Hyperfang. I forgot about Hyperfang. Hyperfang, good. Alright, Sour Punch. Already defeated Dialga and Polycube. You still gotta catch Arceus. Go get that Arceus. That's honestly more true, Airy. You are correct, as always. I would have, and I would have felt so clever and funny. That pretty much describes my personality. I will say things, and then I will feel good about myself for saying them. Unnecessarily. At least we're at the point where we're one hit KOing everything. That's helpful. At the expense of your friends' feelings of pride for thinking of a cool name for their babies. I mean, you're 100% right. I can't deny what you're saying. But let's also remember that that did not just happen. So don't be giving me that face like I did something wrong. That's like some Minority Report type stuff there. I'm getting in trouble for something that I didn't do but may have done in the future. Don't be punishing me for something I haven't done yet. We have past recognizing pattern. Ah, see, that's a slippery slope, my friend. It's a slippery slope. Oh, good point, Nightbot. Thank you very much. Nightbot's so helpful. Hi, Aizen, what's going on? Aw, well, thank you for saying that, Ari. All is forgiven. Rogue Challenge. Every Pokemon that can be found before a gym must be caught and evolved as far as possible before taking on the gym leader. Welcome to the grind. I'm going to have, before I defeat Brock, a Venusaur, a Pidgeot, a Fearow, a Primeape, a Beedrill. What's the 2393 number? Those are the number of subscribers I have. Amber with the 38 months of membership. You like my new hat? Thank you so much, Amber. I put it on just for you. I bought it with you in mind. 20 years ago. Not that long ago. How old is this hat? 16 years? 16, 17 years old? It's my Lost University hat. It must be 16 years old. 17 years old. 17 years old. I got this hat in between seasons 5 and 6 of Lost. I bought it for myself as a graduation present after I graduated from Lost University. Elite Four is going to be a cakewalk with this challenge, unless you also have to make new teams after each gym. Well, Nick, that's a very good point. So, what I'm really enjoying about this challenge is I know it's going to change the way my brain thinks about this game as we go through it. Because when I first started this challenge, I was thinking, oh man, after the first gym, we're going to be golden. Like, I'm going to have a level 32 Venusaur. I'm going to have a level 36 Pidgeot. The trainer battles are going to be cake. But then I realized that those level 32 and 36 Pokemon are going to be taking up valuable team space from Pokemon that I do need to evolve. So I don't really know. I think I'm going to have to get to a point where I'm going to have to save at least 1 or 2 spots on my team for fully evolved level up Pokemon and rotate in the other spots for the Pokemon that need the experience. We're going to have to be thinking about this together when we get to that point. I have been having a good stream, Amber. I hope you've been having a good morning. Exactly, Christopher. So after we beat Brock, here's what happens. After we beat Brock, we need to catch and fully evolve Nidoran female, Nidoran male, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Zubat, Paris, Diglett, Meowth, Abra, Geodude, Farfetch'd, Drowsy, Mr. Mime, Magikarp, Ekans, Oddish, Sandshrew, and Bellsprout. All before we can take on Misty. And once we take on Misty, we can actually evolve our Charmander and Squirtle. 3,200 coins. You're doing fantastic, Hero. You are crushing it. You are, what, 3/4 of the way there? How am I going to get multiple Moonstones? Great question, John. So I didn't know the answer to this one either until I read this this guide that I'm using. So there are 2 Moonstones in Mount Moon. One is just like a Moonstone, you find it, one's hidden, right? So that's 2. The other 2 you have to get from Clefairies because there's a 5% chance that a wild Clefairy can be holding a Moonstone. And the Thief TM is in Mount Moon. So you got to get Thief. You got to put Thief on a Pokemon. Then you got to go around looking for Clefairies and thiefing them until you get those other 2 Moonstones. I'm not sure exactly when the EXP share kicks in. Anyone know when you get EXP share? I'm looking forward to getting that. I'm also looking forward to getting the Versus Seeker. And I'm looking forward to getting the running shoes. Yeah, Zubat, I don't have to worry about Crobat. In fact, probably what'll happen is I'm going to catch Zubat first when we get in Mount Moon. Not that I'll probably have much of an option. It's probably going to be the first thing we see anyway. And I'm going to keep it on the team even after we evolve it into Golbat until we leave Mount Moon, hoping that those extra steps and everything will have gotten it to the point that once we beat the Elite Four and get the National Dex, it will immediately evolve. What's up, Dreamcaster? Fuchsia City. Fuchsia City is where we get the experience share. Yikes. Okay, that will be a while. Yep, there is an item duplication glitch as well. I'm not going to be taking advantage of that personally. I'm trying to do this glitch free as much as I can. Dreamcaster, thank you so much for the lucky Shiba. Yeah, an experience share is just for 1 mon, exactly. So at that point, I will have to have already had Gyarados, so that won't be helpful for Magikarp. But that can be helpful for... You know, we might actually use that... No, I don't even want to say it because then you'll expect me to do it. We'll use the experience share strategically. We'll try and focus that on Pokemon that's going to be hard to level up on their own. Alright, Sour Punch is level 13. We're making progress. I think maybe it's because we already caught everything yesterday and now we're just grinding levels, but I feel like today we've made a lot more progress than we did yesterday. I feel like we've gained a lot more levels today than we did yesterday. No way, Kira, did you already get the Dratini? Did you already get your 4,600? I'm going to try and do more streams during the week, since this challenge is going to be very time-consuming. But just a heads up, it's going to have to be after work if I do them, which will be like 6 p.m. Eastern. I know that's going to knock out a lot of our European and Asian audience, and I apologize for that, but I do have a full-time job Monday through Friday. So, I won't be able to stream it like this time. Yeah, I said doo-doo, Clocky, just for you. I'm saying I'm going to try, John. I'm going to try. I'm not making any promises, but I feel like if we just do this on the weekends, it will literally take us till Gen 10 to get to Brock. Oh, yeah, no, Kiro, that's a very good point. But you're right, I will have to have already evolved it. Well, wait, hold on. Yo, wait, hold up. We might have a game changer here. I know I'm going to get the Dratini before I get to Fuchsia City. But do I have to beat a gym leader before I get to Fuchsia City? Can I go from Celadon to Fuchsia without defeating a gym leader? There's an item on a Pokemon in this game where its animation plays where it either does or doesn't get closer. The closer it gets, the more friendly it is. Ooh, that will be very helpful. Because if I can get from Celadon to Fuchsia without having to beat a gym leader, then yes, I can use the experience share for Dratini. I can skip Erica. I thought I could. I just need the Pokeflute, which I'm going to get from... what's his name? Mr. Fuji in Lavender Town. Yeah, I don't think I do need to beat a gym leader. You need the flute, but you don't need to be a gym. Yeah, so it's free. In fact, because of that, I have to go explore Fuchsia City and all that stuff. I'm required to by the way the challenge is. Anything that is obtainable, I have to get. So yeah, we will be getting the experience share, and we'll be using that on Dratini. And Dratini will live in our party for like 1 billion years. Dratini grind's gonna be rough. It really is. But at least we'll have the experience share. It's not going to make the... It's not going to make the... Here's how I'm looking at it. The experience share isn't going to make the Dratini level any faster. But I'll be able to... Like, the way I want to use it. I'll be able to work on other Pokemon while Dratini is leveling up slowly in the background. If you get what I'm saying. Like... I'll be able to focus on everything else, and Dratini will be getting some levels without having to focus solely on Dratini from beginning to end. Dratini before which badge? I think before Erica. Going to go get some lunch. So I drop by and say hi. By the way, it's a Christy, Dreamcaster / Christy. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. You haven't gone through Rock Tunnel yet, but your Pokemon already got 3 steps closer. You think the max is 4 steps? Nice. Yeah, Kim, it's gonna be crazy. Like, basically, once we get... I'm going to have to read through this guide pretty closely. I think after Misty, it opens up dramatically. Because, like, I don't have to beat Surge for, like, Diglett's Tunnel or any Pokemon on the other end of it. Yeah. 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 Okay, are you guys ready for this? After we beat Misty, we're going to have to get and evolve the following Pokemon. Raichu, Venonat, Poliwag, Machop, Doduo, Grimer, Ghastly, Onix, Krabby, Voltorb, Execute, Cubone, Lickitung, Rhyhorn, Chansey, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Golding, Jinx, Tauros, Lapras, Ditto, Eevee, Porygon, Snorlax, Dratini, Vileplume, Psyduck, Growlithe, Shelter, Scyther, Vulpix, Victory Bell, Slowpoke, Staryu, Pinsir, either Vaporeon, Jolteon, or Flareon, and either Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. We have to do all those after we beat Misty and before we beat another gym leader. Hey, no worries, Chrissy. No worries. Thank you, Ari. Correct, Clocky. Correct. It doesn't have the issues with the frames and all that, the seeds and all that stuff that the Emerald does. You can fight Koga before Surge? Apparently so. Well, you've seen the same female bodice Squirtle a bunch of times now. I know in the originals, Clocky, I know in the originals that it didn't have the same issue. I'm assuming that it doesn't have the same issue now. Yeah, he did that as a kid when he left Search for Last because of the darn puzzle. Yeah, I don't like that puzzle. How do you get the power plant for Voltorb Magnemite without Surf, which you can access get access to only after Koga? Let me see what it says. Where is it? Oh, Voltorb. Okay, Voltorb you get east of Cerulean City. It's the section of grass before Rock Tunnel. That's where Voltorb is. Magnemite I didn't mention. Yeah, so yeah, I don't go to the power plant, but Voltorb you can get in the grass above Rock Tunnel. I have no idea, Clocky. Do any other wild Pokemon in Mount Moon have held items or board this one check per minute in the Moonstone? Let me see. John, you're right. John Strecker, you're 100% right. I am going to have to bring in a turbo controller, and not necessarily because I'm lazy, but because I have a feeling this, like streaming this challenge on the channel, I'm going to be sidetracked and checking things online a lot. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all, Bulbapedia. That's not helpful at all either. Ari, I don't know. Neither Bulbapedia nor Cerebi are listing held items with the Pokemon. So I'm gonna have to look at them individually. Yes, you can flee after the first thief that connects. And also remember, Ari, I'm sure you do, but I'm saying this more for everybody. If you're going to use Thief, you can't be holding an item. If you're holding an item, Thief will never grab the item. You must not be holding an item. So if you do a Thief and you grab a Moonstone, make sure after the battle you take the Moonstone off your Pokemon. Otherwise, you'll never be able to get anything again. But yeah, if it has an item, it'll 100% steal an item. And also, thank you for confirming, Ari. I figured Mankey was going to be my my Thiefer, but I wasn't sure. With Eevee being a gift Pokemon, does that mean you'll have to replay Fire Red after getting the gift Pokemon? Mm, well, Kim, I'm having a Kim moment here. I'm not sure if I'm understanding what you're asking or if it contains a misconception. I'm currently playing Leaf Green. So after I get Eevee as a gift Pokemon in Leaf Green, I will then take the Eevee that I get in my Fire Red copy on my OLED and transfer it over. I don't know if that answered your question. The third one, we're just going to have to wait until we can breed. There is breeding in this game once you reach the Sevi Isles, and we'll be doing a lot of breeding. But I will get 2 out of the 3, and then we'll breed for the third one. Turbo controller makes it so much quicker. Just make sure the move has a lot. The top left slot has a lot of PP. Yeah, I will need that. I'm not saying I'm going to use it like 100%, but I know I'm going to be looking up a lot of things. Oh, it's post game for the breeding. Okay, well then post game we'll get the third one. Thank you, Kaizen. But like for when I am looking up stuff online, I'll be using the turbo. TM move management in this game is challenging and fun. Yeah, this is back in time where a TM was a one use only. Once you used it, that was it. Unless you could buy more. I think that's why that male duplication glitch was like such a game breaker. Because you could dupe anything, you know. Obviously, like Master Balls was like, you know, back in 2004, that was the biggest thing. Oh, I got this item dupe glitch. I'm going to get like 1,000,000 Master Balls. But you can also do it for like TMs and stuff. You're doing a Charmander only run? That's pretty sweet. Grinding for Brock. Nice. Get that Metal Claw. It learns Metal Claw, what, level 10? 13? It's just instantly evolvable. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, again, like, there are going to have to be a few caveats with this challenge, right? For a couple reasons. One, I've already modified it a little bit by including both games. Typically, a Professor Oak challenge is to do this with everything available in your game. It's supposed to be like entirely self-contained within one copy of one game to do it. Because I am eventually doing this for a living dex in these games. That's why I'm including both games. But then, like, you know, there has to be some caveats. Like, I have a Pikachu. I can't evolve it into Raichu until I get access to a Thunderstone. So in that same vein, you know, I can't get a third Eevee until I have access to get a third Eevee. So there's going to be some things that might be a little bit like, you know, technically, but that they're just going to have to be what they are. Couldn't find the account for a while now because you had an old account and watched my streams for a few years. Swite, so welcome back. How you doing? How have things been? 13 it learns Metal Claw. Okay, nice. We're going to head back now, and we're going to do the rival battle on Route 22. That's going to be the last thing for the stream today. We got everyone to level 13. We made some great progress, I feel like, all things considered. But we're going to do that rival battle, and then on the next stream, we'll continue. I think next stream, we're going to get ourselves an Ivysaur, which will be exciting. We might even, maybe, this is a big maybe, we might get a Eradicate and Fearow, but we'll have to see. We got to gain 7 levels for those. 3 levels for the Ivysaur, 7 levels for the Eradicate and Fearow. Obviously, the way the experience works, the higher levels we get, the slower the grind to the next level is going to be. 1 Eevee from main Leaf Green playthrough, 1 Eevee from OLED Fire Red, Reset Fire Red. Yeah, I could do that, Kim. I could, but I'm not going to. Because there is other stuff past the Eevee that I have to get, like version exclusives, etc. I will eventually do a third Fire Red playthrough so that I can get the third Legendary Beast. That sounds like something, Kim, you should do on your brand new Shoke Nuzlocke starting tomorrow. Ham Nation, everybody, streams Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Central. No Shoke Lock? What? That's bonkers. That's bananas. You got all the coins needed. Congratulations, Kiro. Get that Dratini. Harry, are you grinding for moonstones just so that you're prepared for later on, or are you trying to get all 4 evolved right now? You'd like to finish the Oak Challenge before you retire? That's a fair point. I'm hoping I can finish this before I die. It's going to be a close one. Just your team for now? Okay, I was curious. Because, yeah, I'm going to get the 2 static moonstones, and then I'm going to thief for the other 2. Alright, who do we want up front? He's got, I think, Pidgey and Charmander. Let's throw... I mean, nothing super effective against either of them, but let's throw T.I. Nah, I want to save T.I. for Charmander, actually. Should we get some Pidgey on Pidgey action? I think we should. Let's get some Pidgey on Pidgey action here. We'll do Peter against this Pidgey. 6 months, probably facing 5.5, true. Porygon's the most expensive? Oh, is it? Oh, that's how it balances out. Okay. Wow, all the prices are completely different. This is interesting. I wonder if ultimately you need the same amount of total coins. So listen to this. Fire Red averages 180. Leaf Green averages 120. Clefairy Fire Red's 500. Leaf Green it's 750. Fire Red Scyther's 5500. Leaf Green Pinsir's 2500. Dratini Fire Red 2800. Leaf Green 4600. And then Porygon Fire Red 9,999. It's max coins for Porygon Fire Red. In Leaf Green, it's 6,500. So they all go back and forth. I wonder if it's not going to be exactly the same number. I wonder if it's basically the same number of coins regardless which game. Probably so. Also, the yellow flute is in here. What does that one do again? What's Dominic? Good to see ya. Snaps Pokemon out of confusion. Okay. Smoke Ball. That'll be good to get. Interesting. Can't wait to implement the Chem Hefty strat for when you go back to Deoxys in 2 months, right? Alright, here we go. Let's take out Nick. I mean, Shinies. I don't know who Nick is. This is Shinies. Permanent Personberry, yeah. Yeah, I like the flutes a lot. Let's quick attack it. Can we talk about the sprites for a second? I like that the back sprite isn't just literally the back of the sprite. The front sprite and the back sprite are completely different. Completely different poses. I like that. You know, we got the Pidgey, we got Shiny's Pidgey just sitting there, giving me the angry stink face. He's just, you know, standing there, just doing his thing. But Peter, my Pidgey, is like mid-flight. I like that. Shuko announced a re-release of their 1/18 scale Alistar, but this time it's licensed by Universal. The previous version was just a tribute with zero relations. That's awesome, Dominic. Congratulations. Almost identical to GS Pidgey back sprite. Is it really? I just think it's cool they have different sprites. You know what I mean? It's like they basically built 2 sprites for each Pokemon. I mean, look at that. The back of my Rattata is completely different than the front of that Charmander. Boom! Charmander goes down. You snorted? I'm glad. What a shocking revelation, right? Yeah, there's some good TMs in the game corner, too. Guys, I got some thank yous to make. I have to thank Johto Jerry for 15 months of membership. Chem Nation for 38 months of membership. Hero for 12 months. That's a whole year. And Dice Art Universe, Amber herself, for 38 months. And Chrissy, thank you for the Lucky Shiba. I think we made some good progress today. I really do. I genuinely do. I know it doesn't feel like it, but I feel like today's stream was a lot more productive than yesterday's. My Mankey is female. Ooh, that's a good point, Ari. Make it a lot easier to deal with the Clefairies. That's a very good point. It is female, isn't it? It is. I lucked out. So here we go. Just to recap. All of our Pokemon that still need to evolve are level 13. That's Peter the Pidgey, John the Spearow, Sour Punch the Mankey, T.I. the Rattata, and Kyle the Bulbasaur. On the next stream, I feel very, very confident Kyle is going to become an Ivysaur. And there is a possibility. Peter's going to become a Pidgeotto too. Pidgeotto too. So we're going to get Ivysaur and Pidgeotto on the next stream. There's a possibility that John will become a Fearow and T.I. will become a Raticate. Why not Womankey? That's a good question. But guys, that's going to be it. Thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you to all the new subs. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to all the friends. The next stream will be when I go live next, so make sure that you have that notification bell turned on. Be a part of the Discord if you're not already. I always drop everyone pings in there when I go live, or when I'm going to go live. And good luck on the rest of the Kalos tour. No, Spider Zeb, we're not doing shinies. We're just doing a Professor Oak challenge, trying to get every Pokemon fully evolved before each gym leader. But thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and bye-bye.